Hello, Twitch, and eventually YouTube's hello. It is us, the dumb fox. Did you miss us? You don't lie to me. I know you did.
To Freeport. Woo!
So, when we last left our intrepid group of heroes, you had all managed to slay a mythical glass princess. And proceed to watch her essence get eaten by the book. Following from that, you did also see one more thing. Or two things, really. When each of you reached out to touch the mysterious crystal that you'd been sent here to retrieve that fell from the heavens, you were each granted two visions. One, you were granted visions of enormous ethereal beings wandering through a sea of identical crystal spheres before their attention was drawn to one that you were standing on. The second thing is that each of you had your own unique experience, entirely related to you. We got through most of those, except for two. We didn't get to Aaron's, as Aaron isn't here at the moment. We'll get to that later. However, Hyanin, as you are here, we'll discuss yours. Hyanin, you haven't really told the party much about yourself, because in truth, you don't know much. As you sit there, as you are brought into your own vision, you're brought to a very familiar place. The place you first woke up. A dusty, dilapidated, ancient-looking workshop. Clearly long abandoned, and the only other living thing in the room is the spiders nestled in the cobwebs in the corners. In fact, there were spider webs on you when you woke up. You remember having to brush them off as you were trying to take in your surroundings. And as you stand here now, once again back at this workshop, it looks exactly the same, except for one thing in the middle of the room. You see, floating, swirling, and ever so slowly, a series of what look to be glass shards.
Wow.
And it's very strange as you look at these glass shards. As you look at them, they're reflective, mirrored almost. And most of them reflect your own body. The intricately carved wood, the elaborate metal working that went into molding your joints. But there's one right across the face, right where your the right half of your face is. You see, doesn't reflect your Warforged body. Instead, it reflects a human. But you see slowly more and more of these pieces as they shift and the light crosses them. They change to reveal this human form. It's a tall, gaunt figure. Their eyes are sunken in, their hair disheveled. They're borderline emaciated. They have this insane grin on their face, the look of a sheer madman. And you are the figure is familiar to you, very familiar. It's almost their name is almost on the tip of your tongue, but you don't quite know it. You know you've never seen this person since you woke up. But you feel this overwhelming sense of not quite nostalgia, but remembrance of them. Despite having no idea who they are. And you see the figure move as they begin to reach out, their hand actually reaching out from the glass towards you. And you hear their voice as they say, "It works! It finally works! I finally did it!" As tears start to stream down their eyes as they reach towards you. Until the glass panes shatter. and fall to the ground, turning to glittering, shimmering dust on the ground as the vision begins to fade. And with that, all of you find yourselves abruptly snap back to reality following your various visions. You're all once again standing at the top of the glass peaks, in the ruins of the palace that once stood here, surrounded by the remains of the victims of the Glass Princess. And I believe it was Altair that reached out for the crystal first. Altair, you hold in your hand a football-sized, glowing pinkish-orange crystal. It pulses slightly in your hands and it's warm to the touch. What do you all do?
Dear fucking God.
Well, that was fucking wacky.
Are you all right? You got that 1,000-year-old stare for a moment.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get out of here.
And for the record, when I say football, I mean like American
I grab
football.
the book and start walking back to the
God
entrance
damn it.
extremely quickly. No words.
Whoa, hey. You know, I'm a person. You have to ask before you pick me up. Help, I'm being booknapped.
I'm just gonna walk off in the opposite direction as Beyond.
What is going on?
I'm going to just flip him off as they walk away.
What did I do?
Silas just
Carter.
turns to Beyond as they're being like towed away by Samoa and just stares blankly at him like, what? Just mouths, what the fuck?
That's my line!
Looking between this and like, okay, this is happening.
Okay, nope, that's it.
I don't care right now. We gotta do something.
Samoa, Beyond does actually break free of your grasp, but he begins to flap rapidly, ascending into the air, flying, before he goes, flying just out of your reach, and he goes, okay, all of you need to start talking. What the fuck? First you all touch the crystal, then you get that weird look in your eye, and now all of you have lost your minds. Explain.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think I will.
To understand if we're all on the same page, everyone else saw, for lack of a better term, a vision, right?
No, nothing.
I
No, I didn't see anything.
if we all saw
I didn't see anything.
a globe and a demon, then I guess.
I didn't
No,
see
there
anything.
are some differences.
I didn't see
We all
anything. It
saw
was
the
just
big room with the, for lack of a better term, people. All
Yeah,
walking
the
around.
globes.
Everyone saw that.
yeah, I guess. I don't think it's a big deal though.
Okay.
A big room full of people wandering around. Yes, very descriptive.
Okay. So, if I recall correctly, which it is still quite vivid in my mind, these people that were made of...
Heart said, hold up, my internet is going to ruin. School zones greater than sad face.
Oof. Yeah, you could go on your monologue, Silas, while we wait for Nex to be able to return to the world of living.
These... They seem to be made out of, I guess, stars? But that's not quite it.
Wait. People made out of stars in a big room.
With a bunch of crystal orb things, and there was one that was really dusty, and then it was glowing pink-ish, like the crystal over there. And then one of them, like, I don't don't know. They didn't really. I don't think they had faces, but one of them seemed to notice. Beyond, what is that? What did we see?
You weren't supposed to see that. No one's supposed to see that. You know when you're at a, you know whenever you go to a play, you're not supposed to look behind the curtain?
Oh my gods.
I've never
Yes,
been to one.
in fact. Congratulations.
Oh, they're very nice.
We call
I actually
It's-
think
We
so time.
It's a-
saw...
what we call it is the, very few people do know, but it's colloquially known as the Hall of Worlds. Every single orb you saw in that, a different world which the gods hold sway over, where they maneuver pieces around, use their incredible powers to change everything: the land, the sky, the seas, the seasons.
So what you're saying is...
And you drew their
we
attention.
witnessed the universe.
You witnessed all of them, dear child. Altair, get your ass back here.
I need a drink.
Damn it, I probably can gladly leave. We got the crystal thing.
Heart
Can we
left
go?
heart said, "I'm back."
Welcome back. But yes, the Hall of Worlds is essentially the gods' workshop, where they make and maintain different realities. And, as I told you previously, the gods abandoned our reality during the fall of the Empire. Which is why ours is often left which is one you saw as ours was dusty and neglected. And it's concerning that their attention has been brought back. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but only time will tell.
So we all got a group high and saw a bunch of star people, basically.
Okay, but that's not enough to give you the god stare and make him want to pack me around. Explain.
Explain what?
What else did you see?
I think... Well, from Carter's comment, it seems we all saw something different, if I'm correct. Yes? No?
I think
So
so.
you didn't see a red man underwater.
I did not see a red man thing. No.
Neither did I.
But I did see something else.
I don't like that
Well-
accusatory tone.
Leon,
Yes.
do you have a list of spells in you? And yes, I know you're a book of
I
virtually all
mean,
knowledge
yes,
in the universe.
I have many spells in me. Are you asking to see the index?
Is there spells that use, shall I say, I don't know, body parts as catalysts?
Why are you surprised by the black rites, Silas? I thought you knew of them. They're what your entire family's industry is built upon.
Do?
Yes.
But I would never think that Popeye would use one.
Well, where do you think he got the inspiration from? Wait. Is he still being cagey about how he lost his eye?
Yes, he is. And now I have words with that old fuck.
Oh, fuck, I'm in trouble, Ty.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Can we
to
just take a moment
explain
to be
something here. Since you all seem to need a bit of a history lesson, I thought that the Black Rites were well known. But yes, there are many extremely powerful spells that ravage our world that use body parts as their material components. And it cannot just be someone's body part. It has to be the caster's own body. The one that your grandfather used uses the eye of the caster in order to turn it into the baleful gaze that is typically reserved for a Medusa in order to turn enemies to stone. There's ones that I know of one where someone will give up their legs in order to gain wings. Another where somebody will give up their very heart in order to turn it into an unstoppable blade of destruction in order to achieve their final wishes. There are many spells such as this. Spells written by the spirit of sacrifice, if that's of any fucking revelation.
Oh, please, everyone has skeletons in their closets.
And often the spirit of sacrifice does bring these spells to adventurers in need at their absolute lowest point. That's why you'll often see adventurers walking around missing an arm, missing an eye, a leg. They give up these body parts to survive or save their comrades. That's why your grandfather made these prosthetics. If you lose it in a limited normal accident, magic can bring it back. If you give it up to one of these black rites, it will never return. So every time you see an adventurer wandering around with one of your family's prosthetic arms, he gave up his arm in order to save a comrade that fell from a cliff, or something just tragic.
Well, Silas just sort of flops down on a rock and just starts processing everything.
And yes, admittedly, I did give that spell to your grandfather in his time of need. Altair, get back here. I see you inching towards that cliff. I gave that spell to him, and I don't regret it one bit. That was his choice to make. I would have survived just fine. I am, after all, functionally indestructible.
This is conversation.
Your grandfather chose to give up that eye to save his friends. Do with that knowledge what you will. Now, what about the rest of you? Because I surely can't be to blame for everybody's woes here.
I saw a bountiful plate of food. There. Now, can we leave this godforsaken continent?
Also, at this point...
Heart Heart said, "No, but you are part of mine."
Okay, we'll explain in a minute, but as you are sitting there, you hear the sound of somebody approaching from down south of you, coming across the frozen glade that you had crossed in order to fight the princess. Oh, wrong person. Did I drag Carter over there? I meant to drag Cedar. Oopsie. Cedar, you overslept. It seems that the rest of your, the people that saved you from getting eaten by Yetis kind of wandered off to go do their own thing up here, and you're not entirely certain why or what's going on.
Oh. Hello again. We just suffered great trauma. How are you?
Okay, just a random thing. How the fuck would that conversation work if I'm not near you guys?
Good point.
Can I get our new friend?
Yeah, because you're like...
Bottom and you guys are like far up.
Ah, hold on.
Yeah, you're like 100-something feet away.
Heart said, "You would hear Silas screaming a lot."
You wish you
You would hear unintelligible screaming and possibly beyond feeling offended.
Of course I'm offended. Also,
I'm not blaming you, I'm blaming that bag of old bones.
What the?
Don't be too harsh on your grandfather, Silas. He doesn't exactly like he wanted to cast that spell, I assure you. But he was out of options.
Suppose you're right.
After all, you are aware that your grandmother was one of the people that he saved by doing that, right?
No, because I've literally never heard of this story until I quite literally saw it vividly.
Ew, that must be graphic.
Mm-hmm. Quite so.
Well, good. Well, at least it should stand as a warning, not use those black rights willy-nilly. Or at all if it can be avoided. Anyway,
Don't have to tell me twice.
Cedo, was it? Welcome back. You've come at a very opportune time. The rope bridge is still about, so you should be able to get over here no problem. Or perhaps we should just
Random
leave.
stupid problem. I forgot how to move. I haven't done this in a few weeks.
You should just be able to click the icon.
You might have to spawn it in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Okay,
Go to
in the
the
top
character.
right, go to the tab that says Journal. And there should be a list of characters, and yours should be like the second one down. Just click and drag your name onto the board.
The other's two.
Alright, well, move whichever one you can move. Yep. I'll get rid of the other one.
Okay. There we go. Now we're not struggling.
There you go.
Shoot.
So, also, yes, Harash your mates, it's very cheery. Also, thank you for the follow.
Good job, Ash.
Hey.
Good job.
Yo.
I'll give you a high five tomorrow at school if I'm there.
Also,
The spider bot's still there.
yeah, the spider bot's just
Mr.
kind of,
Larry.
well, I do remember that I said that the spider bot, did a jaunty little tune as it exploded. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Explosion.
Anyway, Samoa, why don't you explain what's going on, since you seem to be acting strange? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you previously said something along the lines of you didn't want to be within 100 feet of me. Why the sudden change of heart? Is next on the...
Heart Next Heart said, when did I say I wanted to be away?
I think that was Cedar.
Oh, that was Cedar?
What?
No, I'm saying that
I don't know.
previously in the
That
expedition...
wasn't me.
No, previously in your adventures, you weren't the pick up beyond and lug them away type.
That was more my job.
Oh, that.
Yes, care to explain?
Yay, we gotta kill the Lady of Tears.
You what?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you lost
How
your
have
mind?
you-
Talk to
expect us
her
to do
in my
that?
vision.
Wait.
Hold on.
You talked to the Lady of Tears.
You talked
She
to
spoke.
I'm sorry.
Indeed.
Did you
TTS about die.
did you hear her sing?
I did.
Oh shit.
Beyond, do you have history with her?
I have history with everything.
I
She
met her
relaxed.
before she was
Understandable,
an
I should have thought of that.
abomination.
Met her before she was an abomination. But Senma said.
Well, count yourself lucky. At one point, hearing her sing was considered one of the greatest treasures of the world. But she asked you to kill her.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, because Senma's typing.
She asked me to help you with your janitoring and to kill her.
Fucking hell. Very well. It's not like I haven't intended on trying to free her from her curse as well. It's good to know that somewhere within that thing, the woman she once was still exists.
I'm sorry, I don't think I follow.
I don't follow either.
Are you saying we are going to try and kill the fucking Lady of
She also
Cheers.
said she would give me power for this. IDK what?
Oh,
I mean, we just killed this person, so what's the difference with her exactly?
I don't know if, well, Carter, you weren't there, but some of us remember not so fondly when we got shipwrecked by her.
Well, I wouldn't
So, is she
recommend
a
attempting
whale or
it
something?
now. Think giant. Okay, imagine Ursula from The Little Mermaid in like her giant form. Now imagine that instead of having tentacles, she has snakes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's basically what she looks
The
like.
Medusa.
Also, there would be runic symbols on my arm now, by the way.
Sorry.
You do actually have some. You do actually have some runic symbols on your arm. They are a deep oceanic greenish blue.
Well, that's not obvious at all.
However, as you look
Oh,
at them,
hi,
as you
where
look at
please
them,
be?
as you look at them, there's also lines running between them. It does take you a moment to realize that they're not quite runes. As you look at them and think a little bit more, it almost looks like a music staff.
Oh.
Ooh.
Shocked face.
Gosh, it's almost like
So,
I
are they,
named.
like,
It's almost like I named this campaign "Song of Sacrifice" for a reason.
Song of Sacrificiae.
Shut up.
Ew.
I can't spell. I know it. Leave me alone.
I thought that's how you spelled sacrifice.
No, there's no A.
Fuck!
Well, there's no A before the E at the end.
Well, regardless, Cinnamon seems to have vanished.
Again.
I'm
Okay,
sure.
we
I'm
got-
sure they're fine.
we-
We'll run
we
into
get it.
them soon enough.
They'll
Should-
appear somewhere, somehow.
You there, Cedar.
What? Huh? Hi?
So, do you have any place to be, any place to go, or?
No, to be fully honest here, whenever I left my family, like, to go, left my family to go adventuring, and not stumbled upon, got captured by Yetis, and then now I'm just going along with you guys because I don't know what the fuck to do anymore.
Wait, you went adventuring not out of necessity, but for fun?
Yeah, for shits and giggles.
Is
Seriously?
this a
Half
privilege
next
too?
heart said,
You are
haha, I
quite a
have no
peculiar
parents.
person.
Thank you.
Haha, I have no parents. Really, Dex?
Joke's on you, I have a loving family. Haha, and yet somehow Silas has tons and tons of trauma.
Haha, don't robots have no family?
I just got
Oh,
one
Lord.
question. Am I the only one here with like a good good relationship with my parents and both of them being alive?
Silas slowly raises his hand.
I'm an
I
experiment,
live
damn
with
it.
my family. It's
Is
all
it a
alive
good
and well.
relationship though? Is it a good
Yes, quite so.
I'm pretty sure that Samoa's. I'm pretty sure that Samoa's parents were test tubes.
Didn't they
Yeah.
make
I'm a
on
fucking
half on one with the
experiment.
Yes,
Silas,
welcome to the Ocean Guard crew.
I feel welcome.
wait.
Welcome!
Really
Make
parents,
What?
but
Welcome to the crew. Let's go kill us a borderline deity.
I keep,
I ain't reading that.
I keep forgetting.
All
to
right.
talk.
But
We have a talking book, a science experiment, a dead corpse, a bird, a robot, and a tiefling.
And then
Wait,
no one
where is
and a
Aaron?
partridge in a pear tree. And Cinnamon whenever they pop out of the woodwork, it seems. Also, William. We should probably get back to town before William
Oh my
does something
god,
weird.
William!
Oh my gosh, I forgot about him!
Who the fuck is that?
My
Um,
chair!
Are we
I
all in
know.
agreement that are we all in agreement that we don't tell him that you all forgot about him, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Guys, guess what?
Heart Next Heart
What?
said,
Reeve
I
responded
swear,
to me.
what is it with
Of
people randomly
course.
disappearing in our group?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
they should be here in a
Samoa.
second.
Oh.
Wait, who should be here in a second?
Reeve.
Awesome.
I
Oh,
told
of
you
course.
I told you they respond to me.
I'm just gonna make Reeve put a fucking alarm on.
I thought 7.
They were making food.
But
It's
Samoa, listen. If you're sure that you want to do this, I know how to kill her. But you're not going to like the process.
I want to
Wonderful.
kill her at some point.
Sammy.
Don't trust me. It'll take you a long time to even approach the possibility of that.
Wait, we have to kill someone?
Yeah.
I agree to
Damn,
nothing.
okay.
I don't know
Got
how much
murdered.
you overheard, but basically, there's this giant tentacle monster, but not tentacles, they're more like snakes.
So
And-
Medusa.
She's basically a giant snake kraken thing.
Yes.
But also, Cedar, you are well aware of what the Lady of Tears is. She made the ocean that makes up 90% of your
Very
world.
famous. Very
Yeah.
famous
Ah, her.
monster. Everybody knows. Yeah. So yeah, apparently, little Samoa here is on a quest to fucking kill the thing.
Slay.
I'm not helping.
You know what? Slay. Go ahead.
She wanted me to.
Well, she wants to
You know
be
what?
free.
I'm
She's as trapped in her form as, well, anyone that turns
Plus,
into one of
she
these
was
abominations.
pretty.
Why
So
are
you're a
they
simp.
skipping over that?
Believe me on one thing,
What?
Silas. When
Yes.
she was not, before she was the Lady of Tears, she was the single most gorgeous woman that the world has ever seen.
Simp!
Hello
Quiet, you!
Hello, Reeve.
there.
Hello.
Well, I
Reeve,
can't
you're
read the
here!
book.
Finally.
We're going to
Sorry.
rewind a little
Tiefling,
bit.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
making food. I made food.
It's okay. So, Aaron, let's talk about your vision. And I'm also
Right,
giving
that
you
was the
one.
thing that
I'm also giving you one small trinket from your past that you didn't realize you had until now. Okay. So, while
Yes.
everybody else had their own traumatizing visions, we'll rewind back to yours. So, you haven't told the party any of this yet. You haven't told them anything about your past. You've been really cagey about it because you don't know what it is.
That's because I don't. That's true.
Last thing you remember, you washed up on the shore of Colston somehow. You have no idea how, but you were there, and that's what happened. However, you are granted a vision of your past, but it's not your vision.
Oh no.
You see a small figure. You very much recognize it as yourself. But it's not from your perspective. You see them tied down to an altar. A stone altar in the middle of an enormous underground circular chamber lit by torches. Robed figures in black robes, white robes, and gray robes make rings around you in the three different colors. All of them chanting in unison together as one figure in this trinity of monochrome colors, their face completely covered with a veil, holds a dagger over top of you, and you see
That's not
something
good.
very clearly, a ritualistic sacrifice about to take place. At first, you don't think that you recognize the chanting, but it's very familiar.
That's not good.
And you don't remember any of this. None of this rings a bell. And a few moments later, you see why. As this carries on, and as the priest is about to plunge the dagger into your younger self, time freezes. The world turns gray and monochrome. All except your younger self, as you stand there and watch. And you see above your younger self, you see a swirling mass appear. A swirling cloud of silver and gray and black. And you see that in this swirling mass, shapes, not quite faces, more shapes of skulls begin to pop out of it. It almost looks like a melted mass of silver and mercury skulls melded together, squirming and shifting.
That is not good.
And as your younger self looks at it in terror, it begins to whisper to your younger self. You can't hear what it's saying, but it seems to make your younger self some form of offer. An offer that your younger self seems to accept.
That's not good.
A moment later, color returns back to the vision. Time begins to move again, and the strange skull abomination vanishes. And your younger self lets out an unearthly scream before the dagger plunges down. The chains that bind your younger self shatter into a million pieces, and the priest is flung back. As your younger self's body begins to float, their eyes turning milky white, as a strange silhouette appears over your head. Silhouette that slowly becomes more and more material, as your body is dangling underneath the floating form of an ethereal brain with tentacles coming out of it, lashing out across the room.
That is not good.
Your character lets out another unearthly screech as the tentacles lash out across the room, attacking the various cultists in the chamber, one after another, slicing them to ribbons. As the priest collapses to the ground for a scream, you see him holding his head as blood drips from underneath the veil, and he collapses.
That's very much not good.
You see your younger self collapse after unleashing whatever magic this was, clutching their head as they grab a piece of paper from the pew behind the altar and begin to scrawl an intricate diagram onto it. Before they fold up this diagram and shove it into a locket that they have around their neck. A locket that you realize suddenly that you've had this entire time and have never even noticed. Still hanging around your neck. An old, tarnished silver locket. And your vision ends.
That's not good.
And you are once again standing with your party as they are all screaming and arguing with one another and beyond about the various visions that you all incurred.
Me still sitting on one off.
Shit. All I saw was food.
And you suddenly feel this weight of this locket on your neck. You would damn near swear it wasn't there before, but it's been there the whole time.
That's terrifying.
What do you do?
Well, first, I'm like, what the hell is everyone arguing about? What happened?
Everyone's arguing about their various visions.
We're arguing about our various visions. Silas is screaming at Beyond that they're going to kill Popeye. Samoa is just calmly tells more of a serious way, I would assume, tells us that we have to kill the Lady of Tears, and
I didn't see anything but like a feast of food, guys. I don't know.
Hanina just still processing.
the robot is being a robot.
Yeah.
Processing. Loading.
Crossplay.
Error.
Loading, traumatic event. Error.
Running childhood trauma.exe.
.exe stopped working.
If only that was how it would actually go in real life with robots.
But yeah,
If
what do
only
you
robots like that existed.
what do you do? Sorry, what do you do, Aaron?
Aaron is just so confused. He doesn't understand why he just doesn't remember, and now he suddenly remembers. Which is, I feel like something that would happen in that kind of situation.
Well, that's the thing. It's very odd. You don't remember it. You still don't remember it. You've seen a vision of it, but it's almost like you were watching. It's almost like you were watching it happen to someone else. You could recognize that it was you, but it doesn't. You don't know. Like, you don't remember any of this. It doesn't feel familiar at all.
That's horrifying.
Yep.
And you would swear that it wasn't. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I probably should tell everyone that this happened.
Go ahead.
So, everyone, stop screaming at each other for a minute, because this is, intense. So, vision happened. I have no idea what it means. So everyone else had vision stuff happen too? Or is it just me? I feel like it's something that happened to everyone else too.
It seems to have happened to everyone.
It was a delightful banquet.
I can't remember. I just.
Quick question, Beyond.
Yes.
What's that spell name, by the way? I'm not going to use it, but I do want to
The one
yell
your
it.
grandfather used. It's called Gorgon.
Yes. What was that?
Gorgon, like the monster.
Gorgon. Okay, great.
And for the
thanks.
record, I actually don't know which came first, the spell name or the creature.
I see.
I find that funny. That's funny.
Okay, Beyond, I have a question.
Yes.
How can someone else make someone talk to the spirit of sacrifice? Like, can someone else make someone have a sacrifice?
Absolutely not. The spirit of sacrifice will only appear. The spirit of sacrifice will only appear to somebody who is truly desperate and has something that would be an appropriate payment for whatever it is they desire.
Okay,
Dang.
good to know.
Well, there goes that idea.
It is quite disturbing to see, though. It's this bizarre mishmash of. It basically looks like a bunch of mercury skulls kind of squirming together in a sack. Creepy. And that's coming from me. I'm a book made out of human skin.
Good to know. Good to know. Definitely not having any, backstory revelations at all because I have amnesia. That definitely was not my vision.
Roll deception!
Oh, shit! I forgot! I still don't have dice! I forgot to find them! I forgot to find them.
Then you
I
fail!
need to open up the thing. No!
Go ahead, open it up.
Okay, I'm opening it up. I'm so sorry. I was like, la la la, I'm gonna make food. And then I made the food, and then I opened my Discord to people being like, what?
I still find it. I called it though. You responded to me.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah,
I called
because
it.
you're my...
I'm
Not
gonna
one!
Alright, everyone pay up. That's $5. I'm kidding.
Aaron,
I know.
I don't take this the wrong way. Please don't. But you are the single worst liar I have ever met in my life.
You're sucking
Dude,
us.
I'm buff. I'm the least subtle person ever. I don't know how to fucking lie.
Please, do you have a negative to your
All I saw was a
charisma?
banquet, bro.
Is that
Yeah. Does Aaron have a
All I
negative
saw
to their
was a
charisma?
banquet.
Yeah, sorry we're having so much talky. We'll get to the plot soon, I promise.
Oh, I actually have a +2 in charisma. So that's 3!
Okay, you're not the
I
worst
have
liar.
nothing in
though.
charisma. Let's go.
big ass buff dude. I'm not
Well-
the most subtle person ever.
Well, whatever your reasoning is for not telling me, it's not particularly my business. If you want to talk about it, we're here, but I leave that up to you.
I'm not entirely sure what. I mean, I do want to talk, but I'm not entirely sure what happened myself. I was like small, which is weird. Very unlike me, and my character.
He's big so that he can hug all his friends.
Yes. So, from what I've gotten from it, I, was about to be sacrificed by a bunch of people,
Oh, dear.
and maybe, made a deal with the spirit of Sacrificier.
The fuck is Sacrificier?
Yes, the proper name.
You can't see it, but I'm flipping y'all off.
I see it. It's up on twitch.tv/.
Tabletop Teddy. Anyway,
Always promote it.
so let me see if I understand this. By all rights, you should be a monster of some sort.
I mean, I am tall.
True.
I don't know if that was necessarily natural. I don't remember. And I know I have moms, but I can't remember what they looked like.
They're lesbians.
What, do you not have their pictures in that locket or something?
Oh, yeah, I literally just noticed this. I didn't know that I had it until this vision thing, so. That's not.
Question about the locket. Has everyone else noticed that they have a locket on?
I mean,
Yeah.
for as much as you
I-
cared to notice, you're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you've been wearing that the whole time we've known you. And for the record,
Yeah.
Ash, yes, I did. On Roll20, I misspelled the name of the campaign, so it is Song of Sacrificiae, but I spelled it Sacriifacee.
Basically the way I
Songs of
spell.
Sacrificier.
Yeah, is
Songs of Sacrifice.
so
It's
I
not
will
actually
never let
pronounced
that down, and they
IB,
won't let me.
Songs of Sacrificier.
They won't let me
But-
change it. Is the important
It's
part.
funny. It's funny.
Yeah, we're making fun of him for it.
Yeah, Aaron, yeah, he has 2 moms.
Let's
So
go!
he
doesn't-
Let's go lesbians. Let me take the lesbian flag out.
So, are you going to look into the freaking locket that you've had this
Yes,
whole time?
I am going to look. I am going to look into the freaking locket that I've had this whole time. I just had to confirm.
Alright.
Why is that
Just had to confirm. He's got 2 moms.
Alright. You open the locket in your hand, and it's one of those lockets that whenever you open it, like there's a third section that like folds out to where there's like 3 portraits.
I mean, it's
Ooh,
so
sick.
As you open it, a small folded up piece of paper falls out of it. It's old and worn. Or at least it looks like it is. But in the locket, you do see pictures of 2 women on either side. One dressed entirely in black, the other one in white. Both of them with bandages across their eyes, with symbols drawn on the bandages. And you see in the middle, you see both of them are holding a younger version of you, smiling and laughing while the portrait's being taken. But yes, a small piece of paper does fall out onto the ground.
Are you gonna read it?
I'm gonna pick up. Aaron picks up the piece of paper and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" I have no idea. I've never seen this before in my life.
Yeah, while wearing a necklace, a locket that literally has it in it. That
I didn't see it until now.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, as far as I know, you've been wearing that the entire time.
That's a little concerning that you did not notice that you're wearing a locket around your neck.
We've seen
Look,
weird
You-
I
things.
hit my.
Alright.
Okay,
All I
we
remember
have a
is
book
hitting my
made
head.
of skin.
We
A
killed this
flying
snake
fucking
thing.
book made of skin.
You
And
can't
we just
disturb.
fought the freaking glass princess.
That's still weird though. Like while wearing a necklace, you can notice that it's there because some people may strangle you with it.
We literally killed this humongous
You
monster
have
thing.
great survival instincts.
Who?
As you are all sitting here, you're all looking over Aaron's shoulder at this lovely family portrait. Aaron, you unfold the paper in your hands, and it's covered in strange occult runes. The ink on the paper, it actually reminds you of Beyond, because it actually squirms like it's alive.
Ew.
Ew, Beyond, it's your cousin.
Ew.
What is it?
I-
Let me see.
They're all writhing.
It
Ew.
is writhing. It's like you kind of, except it's just paper and not a book.
Oh fuck!
Only
It
one
made
sheet of paper.
fuck! It made another one.
Oh dear,
What? What? What's
What?
that supposed to mean?
Well, congratulations. It would seem you are the first bearer of a new black rice.
A new, huh?
A new black right.
Yes.
Is what
This was the conversation we were having before you came. Sorry. Black rights are extremely powerful but very dangerous spells bestowed by the Spirit of Sacrifice that requires the caster to use their own body parts as spell components.
Ew.
Which may or may not be the reason why Popeye only has one eye.
Let me
I love that he's called Popeye.
Let's see here. Well, it seems that the spell itself is called Berserk. And, this is pretty common that, that whenever somebody is granted one of these black rights, they are compelled, I suppose, to write it down so that it spreads to the rest of the world. The Spirit of Sacrifice very much wants the world to suffer. That hasn't been made abundantly obvious. Samoa?
Why?
Yeah, I'm home.
Yay!
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 Oh.
Welcome home.
But, yes, the spell seems to be called Berserker. It allows you to lash out at everything around you with terrible psychic explosions and, let's see, where does it say the cost? Beyond's eyes are all across the page. Oh! That's just fucking cruel.
What?
The price of the brain.
Ew.
My huh?
Your brain, the thing that's
brain.
supposed to be in your
My
skull.
brain.
Yes. It doesn't seem to take
The
enough to
thing that
kill
allows
you.
To live, aside from your heart, your
No,
lungs,
it just
and-
is cut off. He just cut off when he said it, so I couldn't hear.
Yeah, it's your brain. Or more specifically, the parts of your brain that are responsible for memories. I must admit, I'm not exactly well studied in this. I'm much more of a book on magic than, well, science and anatomy.
Silas just beams.
But
I know what it
you're not supposed to be able to walk around without one of those. And it would seem that the price that you paid more or less was you lost all of your memories. And if this was part for a black rite, that means there's no way to get them back. Typical amnesia can be cured, or a lot of times people can regain their memories over time or be reminded of them. I'm sorry to say that I don't believe you'll ever have your memories back again. What's the oldest thing you can even remember?
I woke up on a beach, captured by pirates, and I hit my head on a joke treasure chest. And then I blacked out, and then I woke up in the cage, and that's where you guys found me.
Wait,
Oh, good lord.
so you don't remember basically anything from before we found you?
Really, no.
Why
For
did
the
you
longest
say
time, I
that?
thought it was because I hit. For the longest time, I thought it was because I didn't remember stuff because I hit my head on that joke treasure chest.
Why did
But
you
I
do
guess
that,
not.
though?
I fell over. Gosh.
Okay then. Okay, I'll back off.
And thank you, Astronomic. The hippocampus is the part of the structure that is,
Hippocampus, amygdala, prefrontal cortex. Yes, there's a lot of parts in your brain that control memory.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically,
Sorry.
you can still function and you can make new memories, but your mind is still very fuzzy. But you cannot ever regain your old memories of your childhood. They will never return.
Well,
Maybe
judging by that
amygdala,
one
then.
thing, that's seems fine.
It's,
Because
I mean, to each their own.
well,
but
functionally
I
speaking,
No.
you're
comfortable with
okay,
that.
I suppose.
I mean, like, the only thing that I saw from that vision was me getting strapped down to a table and almost stabbed, and then that skull blobby thingy came down and was like, "Hey, buddy, you want to make a deal?" That's what the Song of
It's its voice
Sacrifice.
now. It's
Yeah,
Kermit the
it's
Frog,
canon.
guys.
Not easy.
Kermit the Frog.
It's not easy being an eldritch being.
The song is sacrifice.
We
gotta Christ, make
this deal quick, because I gotta get back to Miss Piggy.
Who the fuck is be honest, Miss Piggy in this situation?
Whoever the spirit of sacrifice loves. I don't fucking know.
No one.
Glass Princess, maybe?
Either, I don't think so.
The spirit of sacrifice loves pain.
Ooh.
Pain is Miss Piggy in this.
Pain.
It's a Naruto fan. Anyway.
How do we get into Kermit the Frog?
I don't know.
Because that is canonically what the spirit of sacrifice sounds like. Thank you and good night.
Well,
I had canon this.
okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough for right now. You have your magical rock. Let's get the hell out of this mountaintop. My bindings are starting to freeze.
Oh my god.
Let's just like half off mentions at the very end of this. Hey, do you guys remember those weird snowy robe things that attacked us?
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you know what happened to those? We ever
No
heard of
idea.
them?
If I had to venture a guess,
Yeah,
I'd say
whatever,
that they
we'll be
were.
fine.
I'd say they were most likely brought by this crystal, and since its magic seems to have calmed down now that you've taken it, it seems to be more self-contained at least. I don't think they should be much of an issue.
If I was crazy, I would say that it seems content.
Hmm. You know, you may be
You
on
guys did it alright.
something. Alright, let's get back to town. I'm sick of being up here, and also, if we're up here for much longer, they're going to write us off for dead.
True.
Yeah, probably.
Right,
Yep.
back to the ship.
Do the ship.
No.
Do.
Alrighty.
As they
Lord
walk
of the
on.
Rings
You
walking
guys do have
montage.
another three. We are going to fast forward a bit for the sake of brevity. You guys do have about another week-long trip back across the country. However, it is much calmer this time. Nothing seems to. There doesn't seem to be robed figures chasing you. There's no yetis on the mountain as you climb down. There's no dire wolves left in the forest as you cross your way through. Things are calm. Peaceful almost. And beyond is, for once, quiet.
Wow.
Did we forget the book?
No.
No, I'm here. Just
Oh.
thinking.
The disappointment after that.
Oh, it's kind of disappointing. I thought we forgot the book.
How much should they promise us again?
I believe it was
Oh,
100
no.
gold.
Pretty sizable
bad.
amount.
Nothing to sneeze
Not
at.
bad.
As well as it does seem that you acquired a few valuables that I'm sure someone in the business would be interested in at Freeport.
So we're going to Freeport now?
Well,
Talking
eventually.
about that tiara.
The tiara and the tapestry. However, before that, you all do manage to make your way back to town. Yes, we're skipping a whole week. I don't care.
I agree with this. I like this.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I want to yell at Popeye.
As you guys make your way to town, you see just outside of
Want
the
to find
walls.
my mom's.
You see just outside of the
I
walls
would
a
have
small
discarded it.
stand of evergreen trees. At the edge of it, you do see William, who seems to have taken up temporary work as a lumberjack for a bit of extra drinking money while you guys were off on an adventure.
Oh.
And as you all, as he perks up as he hears the crunching of snow as you all approach, as he chops one more log in half, and he goes, "You're back! Yes, you guys lived."
Forever. Only took us 2
No.
weeks.
Hang on, let me look through the notes to find his name again, because I completely forgot.
William.
William.
It's okay. I don't know his name at all.
Oh,
William.
wait, I thought we were talking about the
mayor.
because I heard chopping wood, and I thought, like, because the guy was a lumberjack. Whatever.
No. William runs up to all of you. He's dressed differently than he was previously. He does actually have. He was wearing plaid and basically looks like a lumberjack now.
My God,
I
you
love
look
William.
So fly, William.
William! Glad you're
Bestie,
okay.
how is it been?
Glad you're all right too. Wait, who's this one? As he points to
The one that we picked up.
Oh, that's Cedar.
you.
They're here now. Anyways, how you been?
Things have been all right. Not much work to be found
Did
here.
you take
and it's-
care of my only possession, the couch?
Well, there was this. This football game. We got really excited because our team won, and we might have set it on fire in the streets.
What? That was my only possession.
I'm kidding. It's still fine. How irresponsible do you think I am?
Very. Now, where is that?
I think William's the most
There.
responsible out of all of us.
However,
No.
William is going to
being
look
honest.
over at Cedar again and go, "Oh my God, you have a kitty!
What?
Here,
Wait,
kitty,
what,
kitty,
what,
kitty."
cat? Oh, quick thing. I would not do that if I were you. This one will, scratch your face off.
Wait, I shouldn't do what?" And as soon as you say that, Angel does actually bite William's hand.
Yes! Good angel! Good angel!
Ah, son of a!
Proud of that
Ow!
cat.
Nearly lost a finger. Sheesh.
Yep, I just warned you. And also, hi, hello, my name is Cedar.
Pleasure to meet you. I'd shake your hand, but I think it's bleeding.
No, that's okay. You have another hand, right?
He shakes your hand with his left hand. It's weird and uncomfortable for him. Nice to meet you.
Eddie, roll on him having another hand.
I still have all my
Fine,
digits,
you
thank
got
you.
two hands. Or
My family does manufacture prosthetics.
I
Oh, no.
I still have all my parts.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to give you a hook.
I think it also was a good build.
Silas, that is probably one of the most fucked things you've said to me.
We're not going into the fact that I absolutely despise pirates, and no, you're not one of them anymore. Anyways, let's go find that mayor. I want that payment.
Yes, actually, I think he has a guest right now who wants to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
is it? Bum, bum.
I don't know,
I'm
never
instantly on guard.
never met the guy before in my life.
Oh, God.
But the mayor seems to
No.
think pretty highly of him.
Okay.
Well,
God.
you guys know where the mayor's house is. I'm gonna go ahead and round up the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Alright,
Thank you, William.
Alright, he gives you a salute with his bleeding hand and trots off into town whistling as he goes to go grab the rest of the crew.
But
Yeah.
what song? What song does he whistle? I need to
Mary
know.
had a little lamb. That's
Yes.
that's what he whistles.
Oh, it is definitely. You don't recognize it at first, but after a couple of moments, you all realize it is a very raunchy sailor song. One that would probably get me banned on Twitch for singing.
What's the name?
Is it the weird version of Santiana?
The song itself is called the Bosun's Brothel.
Oh my gosh!
I'm looking
That's
this
an
one up.
amazing name.
Those of you that don't sail often are completely unfamiliar with this song. But the various ones of you that do sail often, it makes you blush a little bit. You're just like,
Silas needs to clean out his ears.
How do you spell that?
I'm late.
How do you spell
It's better
Bosons?
Bosun. It's is it B-O-S-I-N or B-O-W-S-I-N? One of the two. It's an actual it's an actual position on a ship.
Yeah.
Oh, boatswain.
I'm
Bosun.
just gonna say, let's just get this.
Listen, I don't have this actual song, okay? I am making this up.
Oh, okay. Damn it! I was like,
This is
I was gonna be
in-game,
like,
really raunchy song, okay? Anyway, moving on.
Let's get our payment and then just get some booze because I don't want to hear that again.
Yes.
Do you think that the bar sells apple juice or juice?
Probably not.
Aw.
it might sell fermented apple juice.
Am I going to have...
Yeah, it's
I'm just
probably
looking
so.
over at the chat now. Am I
As
going
the
to have
only
to...
other person who doesn't drink.
Am I
That's all
going
you
to
have.
have to write the Bosun's Brothel now as an actual fucking sea shanty?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can
Anyway,
I
can
help?
we get back?
Oh god.
I can't help.
One of my friends knows how to play guitar, and another one knows how to
Oh
sing.
god.
My...
I know how to
No.
fiddle.
You all listen
I know
here.
how
You all
to
listen here.
fiddle.
You all listen here. Vox Machina gets that epic intro music for all Matt Mercer stuff. Fucking Dimension 20 gets the Void Fishes song, like that real dramatic thing. And then over here in Song of Sacrificia, we have Bosun's fucking brothel.
Teddy,
That sounds like a
please, can I please help make a sea shanty epic theme song
Can I help
for
too?
this campaign?
Can I help
Because-
too?
Yeah.
Fine,
I wanna do
fine. I will allow
That's
this.
all I know.
Yes!
Red. Can I help?
And now Ash is over here in Twitch chat offering to sing this for us.
I can actually confirm this. Ash is pretty good at singing. That was the person I was like.
I'll be
referring
the
to that knows how to
bass.
sing. And
I'll
also,
be the
like I
bass.
said, I know someone who
This
plays
is my life
I
now.
know how to.
me and Ash.
I know how
Yes,
to.
this is your
You can
life.
play
A
piano.
one-off joke
A
about
lot
him
of
whistling a
instruments.
dirty tune has turned into this.
I'll
No,
pull
I'm not saying it should be for an opening theme. Like for an opening theme, nah, but like an actual like sea shanty epic theme song.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I'm a
I mean,
violin player,
listen,
I'm right
listen.
there.
There's okay. We can talk about this part later. Let's get back to the actual
Sorry.
story.
Fine.
Dang it.
Okay.
We'll make a special chat for just Bosun's Brothel lyrics.
No, I hate this.
You make it want to play it every time you get. If you make it, you had to play it every time you get a new member in your Discord server. Jesus.
Yes.
Good idea, Ash. We still have to
This
convince
is
the
awesome.
though.
All right.
Okay. As you all make your way through the streets, to the mayor's house, it's getting late in the evening, and you see that the people are beginning to mill about outside. Being done with their work for the day, they're all starting to wander towards the tavern, or those that don't drink are wandering back home. They all greet you warmly, and most of them, no small amount of shock that you survived. It's not that they've been planning on you dying, it's just that they're glad that you did survive.
It's like, oh, you
Are
made
they,
it,
though?
thank God. We need
Okay.
your pay.
As you all make your way to the mayor's house, though, and you knock on the door, there's a familiar sound of, "Just 1 minute, I'll be right there." "Dad, please, I can get it." "Oh, I got it." Dad, just let me get the door. As the door opens up and you see the enormous figure of the mayor once again looming down over all of you. "Well, Dad, you owe me 12 gold." I don't have that
Oh my
kind of
goodness,
money.
you guys are betting too?
Damn it, that's my whole pension.
Why is it that whenever I'm involved, there are bets that are made?
You
I don't
look
know.
To be
rich.
fair,
Maybe that sounds
Yes,
like
I
a
do.
you problem.
Funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds like a
Anywho.
you problem, Silas.
Mayor
Yeah.
Henry, yes, we're back alive and somewhat well. We got the crystal.
Someone.
oh,
Up
fantastic.
here.
Oh, you're new. If you're with them, you're a friend of mine. Come on in. We'll get you some coffee, and we have something to discuss. A little bit more than just your pay.
Do you have 10 minutes?
Okay.
Of course, we have Timbits.
Fuck yeah! Let's fucking go!
What self-respecting man doesn't have
Yo.
Timbits?
That's how you. Timbits are fucking amazing.
As he brings
I know
you
what you
your
mean.
fantasy Tim
My aunt
Hortons
sends them down
coffee
for
and
Canada.
fantasy
Got it.
Timbits.
Yeah, fantasy tidbits.
Uh,
Okay, okay, what type of Timbits? Are they apple cooler?
There's a mix.
Then,
Please be
yes,
chocolate.
yes.
Please be chocolate.
I love them.
Of course, there's chocolate
Oh,
ones.
every single Timbit, like they taste amazing. By the way, when we
I'm just assuming that Timbits are basically donut holes because I don't really know
Yeah.
what they are. I've never had them.
My aunt sends them from Canada sometimes.
No.
I'm.
Mayor Henry
They're
sits
great.
down with a heavy flop into his armchair as he gestures for you all to seat yourselves on the sofa. There's a second armchair in the room. He says, and he yells out into the other room, "Your guests have arrived."
Hmm?
Oh, I'll be there in just a minute. And you see shuffling from the other room. You see a tall, gaunt man with long black hair, bags under his eyes, very clearly not dressed for the cold. He's pale and emaciated as he shuffles into the chair. He bows his head and greets you all. Pleasure to meet you. My name is, you may address, sorry, can't talk today. My name is Sovereign Lysis. I am
Kinda
the
knew
sovereign
that.
ruler of the nation of Colston, and it is a pleasure to meet you all. Silas, you actually remember this man, as you spoke to him previously about your deal in Colston that fell through.
Yeah. What's his name again, did you say?
Lysis.
Lysis.
And it's Lysis.
Okay, good.
Nice boy.
He looks...
Aaron is
Yeah.
You
Aaron's
very
spelling the
clearly
nice way
remember this man, and from your time, those of you that have were around Colston and for any amount of time know that this man is a notorious workaholic, and it shows. This man looks like he's worked himself to death 3 times over. All right, Lysis, take a seat. Take a seat. With pleasure.
Little bit of question.
Yes.
Would Silas probably hate him, or
No, your
is
deal
he that
fell.
stuffy type, or?
No, your deal fell through, but he was perfectly amicable about it. He
Okay,
was
great.
extremely professional.
Concerningly so. Kidding.
It's a pleasure to see you again, young Penelvian. I apologize that we could not come to an agreement in our previous meeting.
Of course, it is completely understandable. But hopefully, we have brought a sort of solution?
Yes, that is why I am here. Your grandfather informed me of his endeavors to make a device capable of cutting through the iron vines of Colston. He said that he sent you here to retrieve a otherworldly crystal that he would use as a lens for the device. I assume you have it.
Quite so. Altair.
Yeah,
do you
here it
have-
is.
You
Right.
pull out the crystal, and it is you didn't have a chance to really notice during the blistering cold, but now that you're in someplace warm and have a chance to really take in what crystal looks like, it is crystal clear. Like it reflects light. It's like the nicest gem that you have ever seen in a jewelry store. As you set it down on the coffee table in front of you, the firelight reflecting off of it illuminates the room almost like a disco ball of orange and pink streaks of light all across the walls, and it's almost mesmerizing to look at. Well, it is certainly a thing of beauty. I just hope it functions as your grandfather anticipates it will. After all, that little crystal there is my last hope.
Considering Popeye's reputation and, well, you can see what's in front of us here, I'm sure it will do just fine.
I pray that you are correct, young Penelopian.
I usually am. No, he doesn't say that.
God, you're smug.
Yes.
At this point, Henry
he
sees
thinks that.
Lysis here has used what little remains in Colston's treasury in order to purchase the other half of the crystal that would have been the property of Ventil. He wants to make sure that we have the best chance of making whatever device your grandfather is cooking up work. Yes. My reign has been troubled since the day I took office. The vines and thorns choking out what little hope for agriculture we have, and my people are on the border of starvation. I'm sure that they will look kindly on me buying this crystal with the nation's treasury. But as I said, it is my last hope. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to use what little is left in the treasury to evacuate my people to greener pastures.
That's not good.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. We will try our best, Sovereign Lysis.
And I thank you kindly for the endeavor. Now then, and he pulls out a small box from a strangely colorful pouch on his hip. The box is bigger than the pouch, as you realize. He sets it down on the table in front of Mayor Henry. There you are, Henry. Count it out if you wish, but I assure you all the gold is there. You see, Henry flips open the box, and you see that there is a small pile of gold for his half of the crystal. He nods and closes it down and goes, "I trust you. You've never led me astray so far." Right. You lot, however, make sure that crystal gets back to Freeport. There's a lot of people's lives riding on that thing getting where it needs to go.
Understood. We will do our best.
Also, take your cook with you. He's been teaching the town folks some real bad songs.
Oh no, has he been teaching you that? The one he... Oh dear.
So I zoned out for. So I zoned out for a second. So a guy wants to bring the crystal to Freeport for why again?
Okay, so we're bringing the crystal to Freeport in order for Popeye to make it into a device that can clear out the iron thorns from Colston. Because there's a bunch of big iron thorns that are covering Colston and making it so, like, plants and crops and life can't really live there, and so it's affecting their economy and their entire living.
Perhaps a little bit of a history lesson would be advantageous in this. Long ago,
Are we getting paid?
Yes.
While they're doing this, Henry's counting out the your portion of the money. As Lysis is going over his story, long ago, Colston was actually two nations at war. A nation to the north, that is us, and a nation to the south that was much better equipped. The southern part of Colston has rich metal deposits underground, while the northern part was mostly meant for agriculture. Essentially, the northern kingdom of Colston was entirely unarmed since they had no metal to work with, and importing it from Everbright would have been much too costly. So, our resident martyr gave up their life in order for their blood to water the ground underneath them and feed miraculous metallic vines that grew wild in the land. And from these vines, they bore fruit. Metal fruit in the shape of weapons. Essentially, Colston has a limitless supply of rudimentary weapons of war. Sword, javelin, spear, that sort of thing. Spawned as fruit from these ever-present vines. However, these vines are near indestructible. While the fruit can be harvested and plucked, the vines themselves, not so much. So they've grown rampant over the years. And every time we try to chop them down, someone gets cut on the vines since they are covered in razor-sharp thorns, and their blood proceeds to feed the vines more. So we needed a very specialized tool. One, able to cut through the solid metal that makes up the vines, and two, one that doesn't bleed. Which is where your grandfather comes in, young Silas. But we shall see if my reign is remembered as one of triumphant victory over these cursed vines, or if I am condemned as the last foolish king of Colston. Only time will tell. Either way, after this is over, I'm taking a fucking vacation.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Well, I've also taken the initiative to pay ahead for a room at the inn for the lot of you for the day that you came home. So you have warm beds and hot baths waiting for you at the tavern.
Oh, that is very kind of you.
Now that our dealings are done, I will be making my way back to Colston, while you head back to Freeport and make final preparations on this machine. Lysis gives you Aizawa vibes, basically. He's tired. He's overworked and tired.
He's literally just. I wanted to say something,
Listen,
but I was like,
he
nah.
has
he's
Aizawa's
talking.
personality, but he looks like fucking Snape. That's what you're dealing with here.
From the voice, I was like imagining Snape.
From
the voice, because it's like so bland.
Potter.
But with, like, the voice is like so bland, but with like a sense of like superiority. So like.
Yeah, that sounds like the person Silas would have been dealing with.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I was thinking. That's why I was thinking of Snape.
Wait, are we leaving soon?
yes. You will be leaving on the morrow, as William has already gathered your crew, and they will be preparing the ship to leave.
Oh no, like this room we're talking about.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're leaving the room. We're going to an inn. to
Uh,
get
Rest-
a night's rest, and then we're going off. On a boat.
Henry says to you
Can I
all,
just say something?
yes.
Cedar bows to the people and apologizes for Angel's chaotic catness because the
What?
shining gem, light go everywhere. Cat attacks light. Cats do that.
Yeah, basically Angel's been running around popping the light all over the place. Neither of them have paid any mind.
So Cedar just bows down
Right.
and apologizes for that.
You see Henry kind of like stopped paying attention halfway through Lysa's story just to watch Angel. No, we're not getting a damn cat, Henry. Which one of us is the mayor here? You're not getting a cat. Oh.
Don't worry. They aren't that much trouble until you get one that's a bit crazy and will literally almost bite off someone's hand. For example, William's hand.
Poor William.
Cats be cats.
Alrighty, and with that, you all take your leave, taking Angel with you. As you all are granted access to several very nice rooms. Each of you is actually given a separate room. In each of your rooms, there are warm beds, a small fireplace, as well as a luxuriant hot water bath prepared for you the moment you get there. You are able to eat and drink heartily. Your crew is nowhere to be found, though. It seems that they've actually taken to preparing the ship. You actually see one of your crew members running around swearing under their breath. You hear something along the lines of something about not having the ship ready in time.
No.
Seems they may have gotten a little sidetracked with keeping up the ship. Just a little.
They'll get.
You do something
when
in your
they get
room?
their pay, they'll be a bit better,
Yes, you could do something in your room, Carter. What do you want to do?
So, we have a bath in our room, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I was basically planning on just going in there, locking the door, and I guess pulling out my rapier and just staring, I guess talking to it, wondering what was, I guess discussing what the heck happened in the vision.
You sit there and talk to the sword for a moment. It takes it a moment later, and he goes, "Can you hear me?"
Well, that's fucking new.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Took long enough to get the connection working again. And it seems
So
your
where have you been where have you been these past 50 years? Why am I just hearing about this now?
Bottom of
I
the
don't remember
fucking
anything about a
ocean.
contract.
You don't pay attention very well, do you? Also, it seems that whenever you washed ashore, you hit your head. Admittedly,
I've been
my powers
50 years without knowing about you.
It takes a lot of energy to raise the dead. You're not supposed to be able to do it at all. Be thankful.
So who exactly are you?
My name is Vinces. I am an odd devil that is trapped down here at the bottom of the fucking ocean. At one point, I was one of the most feared devils to walk the infernal plains. That damn sorcerer dragged me out from the depths and bound me here.
I'll call you Vince. So, Vince,
Yeah, I can
why
live that.
did you choose me exactly?
Convenience. Listen, whenever you're trapped down at the bottom of the ocean, you don't exactly... I want to raise a fucking fish. I don't have a lot of choice. I have to get whatever's close enough for my power to reach. And while you might not be able to remember it too well, you were more than willing to not die. Well, at least not
So
entirely.
you remember what happened that day? The day that I guess, died as you... whatever happened in my past?
Oh, yes. You were on some... I don't know the specifics, but you were on some small sailing vessel. A small sloop, single command ship. And you were attacked by a larger vessel. It seemed strange at the time. They definitely had some sort of agenda against you personally, as going after a ship as small as yours wouldn't have been worth the time for most. It was something about your family did something or took something. I'm not entirely certain. Whatever it was, your family in itself seemed to have pissed them off very well.
I had a family.
Well, you see, whenever a mommy and a dad love each other very much. Of course you have a family, nitwit. But they weren't with you on that boat, if that's what you're wondering. It was quite strange, actually. You were very handy with that small ship, despite being so young. Of course, it's down here with me now, so good luck finding that ship again.
So, you said to bring you back somehow? So, what do you mean? How am I supposed to bring you back from the depths?
Essentially, I need you to find a way down here. And I need you to break these infernal runes and chains binding me here. I don't know what purpose that sorcerer bound me here to begin with. But shortly after I was found here, all I remember, there was an earth-shattering boom off in the distance, and then the world's underwater.
Are you familiar with the name Beyond?
Beyond. Doesn't ring a bell.
Speaking of Beyond,
You're right now, don't worry about it.
I'd like to do something as well.
Okay, we'll go to you
I'd like
next
to do
then.
something as well.
Any other questions you have? Perhaps I should give you the important one. If you want to get down here and, keep up your end of the bargain, you're going to have to figure out who the hell I am, because I can't really tell you. I'm kind of trapped inside of some sort of sunken temple, so I can't really look outside. So I have no clue where I am either. The only reason I know I'm underwater is because there's currently a fish that is trying to bite my ankle.
This guy's funny, I like him.
But how am I supposed to get down at the ocean? I can't really solo an entire team. And boats can't get that deep.
Well, no, a boat can't. They float. But thankfully for you, you're not a boat, you're a waterlogged corpse. And you know what they do? They sink.
You expect me to take an entire army? I can barely take on a few wolves. It's not exactly all that's...
Well, of course I don't expect you to be able to do it now. I would have thought over 50 years you would have been a little bit more confident, but, well, beggars can't be choosers. You do seem to have made a bit of progress recently, though, and you do seem to be stronger. Get stronger still, and maybe you'll be able to fight off whatever crew was chasing you down, and even more importantly, they might be able to tell you where they stuck your ass.
And if I do this, I'll be able to feel, again, actually taste.
If you free me, I will have my full power once again. And as an almighty lord of the infernal plains, I assure you I can bring you the rest of the way back. Consider what you have right now, just a taste or a down payment, if you will. I should also mention, importantly though, if you die again while you're in this state, I can't bring you back a second time. So try not to do that. Okay?
Noted.
I love him. Your patron,
Awesome.
your
Yeah.
patron is hilarious. He's so
Personality.
snarky.
And I'm gonna call him Vince.
Oh, I love that. He sounds like a Vince, you know?
To be honest, it's much better than how most people mispronounce my name. I'm notoriously bad at pronouncing the Avernal language. It's infuriating. But yes, if you could get down here and, you know, pop this lock, I'd be ever so grateful, my wonderful savior.
That's sarcasm.
I got a random question.
With that, we will, hold on just a second. With that, Vince doesn't tell you anything else of particular importance right now, as it seems that you're still a bit too weak of a warlock for him to be able to talk to you consistently. He can only talk to you so much at a time, it seems.
Okay.
So you had a question for Cedar?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, dear.
it's more of like this character Vince.
Mm-hmm.
So you said like a person, well, a thing that roams the infernal planes,
He's an archer.
right? What?
He's an
Sorry.
archdevil.
Yeah, the infernal plane.
He's a devil. Yeah.
So just a random thing. Would Cedar's family know him?
Yeah, I also asked that a while back.
Cedar's family, we're gonna have to discuss Cedar's family, while we get to that. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to say probably not. This guy's been trapped a long fucking time.
A good chunk of Cedar's family is a couple thousand years old.
We'll have to talk about that just to make sure that everything fits in the lore, because demons don't wander this world. So you're probably not actually related to any demons.
Alright.
However, you did say, or Silas said that they wanted to ask something of Beyond, right?
Right. So, Beyond.
You're not going to yell at me again, are you? I don't like yelling.
What? No, I'm not going to yell at you.
Oh.
Besides, it's Popeye the one who I'm going to be screaming and throwing things at. What if they bet again? What if they bet on that? I don't really care. Right.
They probably
For
did.
pure curiosity, and totally not because I want to, call out my grandfather, could you please show me that little spell he used? You know, description and all?
Very well. I suppose you've earned that much. You know, at the and it's not like the knowledge of them is going to make it any less dangerous to have them around. One moment. You see Beyond flips open and his pages begin to move rapidly. Until he gets to some pages that are very, very much not paper. They are very clearly written on skin. And you see there's several of these spells, actually. The one that eventually he does land on the page for Gorgon. Would you like me to read you the spell description?
You can read it and or send it to me. That's
I don't actually have it written down in anything that I can send. However,
yeah, sure.
Gorgon. The casting time for this spell is, the spell level is Black Rites, which means that they are actually do not take spell slots and are not restricted by spell level or caster level. It has a verbal and verbal, somatic, and material component. The material component being one eyeball from the caster.
Okay.
It would be transmutation school, a range of sight. Yes, as far as you can see. And its description is this. The caster plucks out their own eye to cast this Black Rite. Once cast, the eye can no longer be regenerated, regrown, or brought back in any way short of a wish spell.
Short of a what spell? A wish spell?
Yes, a wish spell is the only thing that can bring back your eye. Once cast, this spell grants the user the abilities of a Medusa or other likewise creature, where any creature that they look upon and desire to is immediately turned to stone with a Constitution saving throw of DC 26.
Oh wow.
This petrification is permanent unless undone by a greater restoration or more powerful spell. And any creature that that manages to pass the saving throw is immune to the effects of the Gorgon spell for the next 24 hours.
I see.
Once the spell has been cast, however, the spell duration is also 1 minute, by the way. Sorry to say that. Once the spell has been cast, the caster also takes 1 stack of exhaustion. And that is a caveat of all black rite spells.
Alright.
Ow. Sorry.
I have to admit, it's probably the least damaging of the various spells in these pages.
I see.
There's some much nastier ones your grandfather could have picked. This requires you to basically peel yourself like an onion. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
You do see, he does give you free reign to flip through the pages, though. You see that there is very clearly a spell that is exactly as he describes, where you give up your skin.
Ew.
Anything else you needed, Silas?
No, I was just a bit curious, and frankly, well, if I know it, I can probably catch Popeye better in a lie. That's all, thank you.
Okay, I do just have one small request, Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that he is aware that I didn't tell you about this. Like, make sure he is abundantly aware that I didn't spill the beans. Please, I do not want to be shoved back in that stupid tube again.
You are a book of incomprehensible knowledge and have seen all worlds of phenomena, and yet Popeye scares you?
He's a very creative man, okay?
Well, that of course is true. I mean, have you seen my family? Of course you have. You've been around. Hell, what am I talking about? Either way, yes, I will make sure he knows that I didn't get it from you.
Thank you, Silas. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe you should probably get some rest. We have a long journey again tomorrow.
Yes.
And I assume your rest is going to be, or you're going to be sleeping restlessly anyway. So the more sleep you get, the better. Alright, anybody else want to do anything this evening?
Can I...
Optimus probably just contemplating on the vision.
Okay, what do you say next?
Okay, so, my internet was dying when you were talking about the runes on my body.
Yes.
Can I look into that again? Because I can remember.
You look at your, you take a moment, when you're alone and you pull back your sleeve. The runes are around your wrist, or at least you thought they were at first. But as you pull your sleeve up, they spiral all the way up your, whatever arm is your dominant hand, they spiral up your arm. And you see right here on the underside of your wrist is actually It's not quite a treble clef, but it's the equivalent of it. And you see that there is this tune that spirals down the arm. Once you realize it's some form of musical staff, it becomes much easier to read. It takes you does your character know how to play any instruments?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Silas does.
Pick an instrument, because you do now.
Ooh, okay.
You don't have to pick it. You don't have to pick it right now. Just on your own time. You gain proficiency with a single musical instrument, and also or how about this? How about instead of a musical instrument, we say that you gain the ability to sing proficiently.
Ooh, your voice box has changed. Whoa. No. I mean, you are a Simic hybrid.
Yeah,
But as you sit there for a moment,
I'll do that.
you sing? Okay, good. I can take that. As you look around,
Oh, no.
look and you follow the musical notes around your arm. It's a moment, but you do seem to have gained a little bit of extra knowledge about how to read and write music as well. You know how to read music now, but you're still not like a concerto musician.
Yeah.
But you're able to read notes. You sit there for a minute, humming notes to yourself, trying to get the pitches right, trying to picture what the song is on your arm, or as you go down. And it's the same song that the Lady of Tears was singing. It's a slow, mournful, operatic song. The notes soft and sorrowful, delicate, and quite beautiful, as you remember. But it's strange. It's a very sad song, but as you sit there humming it, you feel yourself just have this feeling of comfort and relaxation it's almost calming. As you are sitting there humming the literal song of sacrifice to yourself.
Oh, what the huh?
What?
Yo.
Main character energy? What?
As you are sitting
energy.
As you are sitting there humming this to yourself, your door creaks open slightly. There's shuffling. As eventually there's a thump and the door opens a little bit further, and Beyond waddles his way into your room.
Oh no.
Imagine that. It was hilarious.
Oh gosh.
He just sits there. Lord, this would be easier if I had legs. So you really did meet her then? And that's her song.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've heard it. Do you know why she is such a powerful creature?
Not really, no.
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there were 3 best friends. A young girl with the most beautiful singing voice the world had ever heard. A young man with a mind for magic the likes of which the world had never known. And a second young man with charisma to spare, and a natural leader that all the people would turn to in times of need. And the 3 of them were the very best of friends. Eventually, they grew up and they stayed close. the charismatic young man growing to be a rich and powerful emperor, an inspiration to his people. The magically gifted youth, an imposing sorcerer and the right hand of his emperor and best friend. And alongside them, a beautiful singer, a voice that could move that could move millions to tears. Still into their adult years, the very best of friends. But as it so happens, with all people, our children as they grow up, eventually they fall in love. And well, I don't need to explain to you that whenever there are three people that care very much for one another, it makes a triangle. And love triangles so very often go awry. She loved the sorcerer and he loved her. They were very close. She used her song to move him, and he used his magic to create beautiful sights that would wow her and give her the inspiration for her songs. And the other youth grew jealous, spiteful. He wanted her love more than anything. He could have anything in the world. Riches, food, any woman or man or anything else that he could ever desire. But the one thing he could never have was her, the songstress. Eventually it drove him mad. And in his insanity and delusions, he turned on his best friend, his right hand, the sorcerer, and the songstress. What he did to them is unspeakable. And in her endless grief for what happened to her poor sorcerer, the love of her life, the songstress wept endlessly, and she became the very first victim of the spirit of sacrifice. And you know what she sacrificed for her vengeance against the man that had once been her best friend?
Her voice?
No. The world. She sacrificed everything. She would drown everything that man took for granted in her sorrows just for vengeance against him. Do you understand understand what you're up against?
Now I do.
I'm glad you understand.
What? The ever-loving 9 hells of fuck.
What?
Friend's back.
I told you there was going to be lore today, kids.
Wait,
You
you did?
did tell us.
When?
It's in the
Yeah.
stream title.
That's just
What happened?
Lore.
Lore.
Lore, and I'm turning into a main
TLDR,
character.
there were 3 friends. One was the Emperor, one was the sorcerer guy that we keep hearing about, and one was the Lady of Tears. The Lady of Tears and the sorcerer were basically lovers. The Emperor was jealous, and then he became mad, did unspeakable things to them, and then she sacrificed the entire goddamn world to take revenge.
Well
Sounds
then.
pretty
Lady,
Song
that
of
is my
Sacrificier to me.
She now sings and weeps endlessly. Her song of sorrow a funeral march for the world itself. One day, if she's not stopped, she will drown everything. The sea levels will rise and it will all be gone. You've taken upon a near Herculean task, my friends, and I'll help you. But it's not going to be easy.
The unexpected.
I
line.
doubt it.
I'll tell you how to save her when we're on the ship tomorrow, okay?
Yep.
We're in the main plot now, baby!
Yes, you are! Welcome to the main plot.
No.
Damn it, not the plot.
excited.
Not the plot, please.
Time to get
but the plot.
Time to get sidetracked by pirates, purple worms, and more.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, we're not ending yet.
Oh my gosh.
Thank goodness.
Because that'd be a terrible cliffhanger.
And with that
It would
wonderful
be.
little story, you all rest for the evening. Unless anybody else has anything you want to do.
Let's just contemplate.
Nah.
Just a random thing. I feel like Cedar would just go buy cat food.
Yeah, you can go buy cat food.
I'll just
Yay,
contemplating and plotting.
Free Joel.
That's it.
Dude, I can't believe I'm turning into a main character.
You are
Main
literally the
character
main character.
energy.
I don't care what you guys say. There is not enough damage in the world I could do that would take away Simoa's main character energy.
You say that, but
I don't care. 400 damage overall? Nah. That man
Nah.
is quite. That thing is quite literally the warlock of the Lady of Fucking Tears.
And I'm on a quest to kill the unkillable.
Hell yeah. This is
I'm
some
pretty-
like. Wow.
Sorry.
Nothing.
I'm glad you all are enjoying this.
This is great. I love
this
I
so
love
much.
this, yeah.
Main
I'm actually gonna have to
character,
start writing
let's
stuff down
go.
though.
Alrighty. Eventually dawn does break. Most of you sleep rather restlessly, especially Altair.
I don't sleep.
Those of you that do sleep, sleep restlessly. Those of you that don't sleep, stay up all night contemplating it. It's not any more it's not any less unpleasant.
Wait, I got a quick question. What does magical sleep mean?
Whenever somebody casts like the sleep spell or something on you that knocks you unconscious like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Puts you into a coma in a sense.
Yeah, so
I heard
basically you can't have like somebody just like point at you and go sleep and you fall asleep. But it can't do that.
Yeah, so I just want to ask something.
You wanted to ask
Our
something?
word rest.
Yes, can Hanan use black rights?
Good question.
Ooh.
Because of what I have decided Hyanan is, no.
Okay, makes sense.
Basically, you have given me a little bit too much free reign with your backstory, and now I'm going to do terrible things to you, and you can't use black rights. I wouldn't
Oh,
recommend
no.
using
No.
them anyway.
Nah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Teddy, I think you're too skilled with playing with people's backstories, because I gave you a well-written out backstory, and then you turned it into a catalyst to get us into the main plot.
Yes, I did.
And then with other people's backstories who don't have much written, you're just gonna traumatize
I mean,
us all.
I
I mean,
did
I
talk
gave a
to Teddy
backstory.
about. I did discuss my backstory with Teddy and sent him some art, like concept stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
other
would've-
than that,
I
I was like,
would've- I
oh,
would've thought
okay,
that.
I guess I'm getting stabbed to an altar.
I just haven't talked about the stuff that I don't know. But my character doesn't really know.
Because
That would
whatever
make-
you don't write out in your backstory, I'm going to fill in with trauma.
Oh.
Yay!
I like doing that anyways.
I already read.
All
I
I
already
I'm
really
so glad I filled out most of it.
I know.
all I
enough
really
about
have
my
in my
original.
backstory is what like makes sense for my character because
I know enough about the vision to understand it slightly. Because I'm pretty sure I don't understand a lot. Not talking about my character, talking about me in general. My character doesn't know.
Your
shit,
character
I'm sure.
doesn't know shit, but you know
Yeah.
you know a little bit, not as much as you think.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Anyway, a new day does dawn, and William is standing at the dock as you all shuffle up, hands on his hips, chest puffed out. He is happy to leave. Well, I have officially had enough of this snow shit. So can we leave, please?
Oh my god, you're
Please!
speaking my language, William.
You know, I thought it would be cool. I thought it would be awesome and stuff. all the snow angels and snowball fights. No, it's just really fucking cold.
Yeah,
Said you were allowed to look for
I'm pretty sure I told you this.
We're going north until I can see palm trees.
It
Yeah.
sucks, and I hate it. Let's go.
See, now you'll get me. You get me, okay? This place sucks. Let's go.
I have fought one too many glass centipede monsters.
You fought what?
I want to go home.
We only fought one glass centipede monster, Silas.
That's the
To be
point.
fair, that's one too many.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's only one!
And now we're on a quest to kill a fucking god.
You're doing what now?
I still
Silas
haven't
just
agreed to that.
grabs a bottle of beer from a crate and starts downing the thing.
Hey, save some for me. I'm gonna need that too.
There's more in the chest, you freaking warlock.
Y'all don't know that I'm a warlock. Y'all don't know that I'm a warlock.
William is concerned.
We could guess.
They've been through stuff, William.
Yeah, with like runes and shit. But other than that, y'all don't know.
So, recap, William, what happened was, we went on a little travel, got attacked by a bunch of wolves, but that's not important. We met this one, points to Cedar. We met this one, in a cave of yetis, found out that our little book friend over here can eat spells, and a few other things, and then we fought a giant crystal centipede monster called the Glass Princess.
She was not pretty. She had too many legs.
I have had the longest month
Okay,
in my life.
that escalated fucking quickly.
And now we can go,
Such
right?
is life.
We can get off this godforsaken continent to the rest of the godforsaken world.
Yes.
Mom didn't listen. Please cook us something nice.
Yes. Oh my god, I missed your food.
We all have.
Okay, just get on the ship. Let's go. You guys have been through a lot.
Yes, we have.
Good lord.
Trust me, bud. We're all saying the same.
I think this is the longest amount of information I have on a single session. Maybe last session is more. Maybe, yeah, either way.
I was last section. I think it's this section.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Sweet.
stuff.
Alright, and now finally, I could do this.
Yes.
It's back!
Fucking
Sailor
bad.
music is back. Oh, this is good.
Mike's birch.
I forgot how much I like being on the open sea.
Oh
Alright.
my god, it's amazing.
Oh, hey guys, check this out though. Fun fact. You know the mayor? Did you know his dad's actually a wizard?
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, check this out. And William snaps his fingers, and you see the oven actually lights up with, or actually light the fire inside. He taught me how to do that.
You've been learning.
You know magic now?
Just a little
He knows
bit.
magic!
Oh
I
my
mean-
gosh, has William been leveling up along with us?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Yes!
Yo.
Good for him, we love him.
He pops his chest up. Yep, that's right. I'm a mage now. Oh yeah. One of the other crew goes.
Yeah, William.
Those two.
William.
One of the other crew members walks by and goes, "Yeah, it's a real shame you burnt down half the firewood you chopped the first couple of times. Shut up! Quiet you."
I miss this. Honestly,
I
like, really,
missed
I
you,
miss this
William.
stuff. I love William
Any-
so much.
Anyone up for a game of cards? I promise I'll win this time, William. I'm not gonna quit. I will beat you. One of
Alrighty,
these
alrighty.
days.
Do we have a chess set on board?
No, but you can buy one when
Wait,
you
what
get back.
happened to that ghost ring?
Hey, they're pirates, or, well, sailors. They wouldn't know chess.
Wait, the ghost ring. The ring.
Oh, the ghost coin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still here. I just refuse to make him important. There is enough going on. I refuse to make the ghost pirate important. However, he does pop out of the coin now that he's back on the ship, and
Yeah.
he's basically just vibing with the crew at this point as he plops down on the chair as they are on a barrel around the table as the crew begins to deal him in, just completely nonplussed by the ghost.
So basically, Sam, what happened was when we were on our little voyage, Carter found this little, this ghost on an island and played cards with him. Won, and now he has a cursed medallion that is a ghost.
I can summon for 1 hour per day.
Yep.
I live
He's
here now.
completely irrelevant to the plot, but we love him.
It's there.
Okay.
He's not as good as William, though.
He is.
William
William.
is better in all ways.
Well, okay. So, you know
Hello,
what,
welcome to
like,
Song of
endless
Sacrifice, the
here.
best backwards campaign ever, where people actually like the DMPC.
But he's very good at
Look, if
whiskey.
people playing with bad character, you guys have, Teddy, you've just been playing with bad players. I'm kidding.
I think I'm
You
the
just
best
haven't been
here.
playing with William.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no, William's basically my
William.
my campaign that my friends are running that I'm playing in. I play an orc William.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
His name is Doug, and he's completely oblivious to the fact that the entire rest of his party is constantly committing felonies. I call them. I colloquially call our party Doug in the Felony 4.
Felonies.
The felony
Felonies.
4. Right.
Who won this game of cards? I must know.
Let's see here. Go ahead and roll for it. I'm also going to roll for Ghosty Boy. Remember, you either roll performance if you're playing fair, or you roll sleight of hand if you're cheating.
I get to add my starts with a P, a proficiency bonus since I'm proficient in cards.
Yep.
Neat.
Go ahead and roll.
Also, Eddie,
Yes.
I thought you were having me, like, when you said, like, the song was making me feel relaxed, I thought you were saying that, like, I was getting, like, a new spell, not the literal Song of Sacrifice. I thought you were having me learn, like, Healing Word or something.
No, you still get to pick your spells. That is entirely up to you.
I don't even think Warlocks get that, so...
Your proficiency bonus is 5?
No, it's +2. I have +3 in
Well, Carter, I have good news for you. You finally won a game of cards.
Yes!
Ironically, it's against the same person he won the first time.
I just slam the cards down the table. Take that! Suck it, everyone! Suck it!
Aww.
Good lord.
Damn it.
Carter's so bad at being good at cards, but that not really good at cards, just get I don't know what's going on.
Where did the music go?
It died. Give me a minute.
As it does.
Oh well.
As
Yeah.
it does.
It died with
It
William's
does
streak.
sometimes.
Oh my gosh. I've just.
Alright. And because I think that this
I
entire...
discovered the greatest thing.
You did what?
I discovered the greatest thing.
Oh boy.
It's okay. I'll tell you later. I was just distracted.
Alright.
Please tell me.
I'll tell you.
Good.
Carter, can I play against you? Can Silas play against you?
Sure.
Alright, it is
Great.
going to be very much the same.
So performance.
Yeah, performance or sleight of hand if you're cheating. Fun fact, William does sleight of hand. You haven't realized this at all, Carter, but William's been cheating every single time you played
you
against
said that.
him.
You said that. I realized that on the first game we played. So.
Oh, you did? I did? Whoops.
Yeah. No,
Guys,
just no one
flying
believes me.
everywhere.
Can I do like perception to see if I see anyone cheating? Just because I'm watching and I want to see.
Just don't
Yeah, sure. Give me just a
in my
second
couch.
though, because I'm not going to have us sitting here doing this all day.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Well,
find
I
my
got an-
boat travel song.
Well, I got a dirty 20, so.
Let's see. The
I got an
ghost
18
is playing. The ghost is playing legit. William's cheating. And I will leave it up to Silas and everyone else whether or not they're cheating or not. But yeah, with the 20, yeah, you notice.
I'm not cheating.
I'm doing black performance, so.
Yeah, so William's
I'm not cheating.
literally the only one cheating.
I'm just gonna glare at him.
A deadly glare?
He does that thing where as he notices you glaring at him, he does that thing where like you scratch the side of your nose with your middle finger to flip you off.
That's what you've been doing recently.
So, Teddy, didn't
I've never
Silas,
done that.
For some reason. Can't see why.
so Teddy, didn't Silas challenge me to a 1-on-1 game of cards or something?
Yes, I did. And
So I got 17.
I got an 18.
There we go, that works. This is kind of a Settlers of Catan music.
How
That
does
doesn't
he
work.
is losing?
This is fine.
Alrighty. And once again, we are going to fast forward a bit to get to the good part, especially because I think you guys have had your fair share of horrifying combat for a minute.
Aww.
I was wondering if you
Oh
were
my
going to do
God.
something, and thank God. I want to yell at him. I want to. I
Yes.
want to scream at Popeye so very badly.
Well
We'll
then,
never get over the fact that his name is Popeye. It's hilarious.
well, go ahead and move
The best
forward a
part
little
is,
bit.
He has an eye patch. He has an eye patch, right? And he has a mechanical eye.
As
Yeah,
you all make
The
your
eye
way
patch
back,
is over the eye that isn't a mechanical eye.
as you all make your way back to the city of Freeport.
Oh, this is peaceful. I like this.
Yeah, I like this a lot too. This is actually a good one. I need to make an
Oh wait,
actual
right,
playlist.
the payment. The payment, I forgot.
Yes, it is
it
100.
each get a-
It is not each. It is 100 gold total to be
Okay.
split between you. I will leave you guys to. Unfortunately, Cedar, you do not get a cut as you were not part of the actual fight or crew. But Cedar, since you are
Six of us.
Cedar, you are new to the party. You do actually already have some of your own money. You should start with about 15 gold, plus your starting equipment.
Wait, how much gold we getting from this?
Let's see. There are 6 of you. And it's 100 gold divided by 6.
Ish.
Yeah, thereabouts.
I did 100 divided by 6, and it's a decimal number. So.
Also,
Yeah.
oh boy, that's. Let's turn you down a little. You got a little excited there, Mr. Catan music. Anyway,
Catan?
yeah, it's supposed to be Settlers of Catan music, and I'm vibing
Oh
to
my
it.
gosh, I have that game.
I
We're in Freeport,
But
right?
anyway,
So it's
you
100
all
divided
make your
by
way to
6.
Freeport. You let out a sigh of relief as you have been blessedly ignored by pirates, sea monsters, and everything else that wants to royally fuck you over the entire trip.
Thank God.
Man, I wanted to see the Lady of Tears.
No, you don't.
Wow.
You don't.
No,
Yeah,
you
she's
don't.
chill.
Listen, Samoa, I also
She's
thought
chill.
about. I also hoped for something to happen, but also on second thought, no. No.
Second thought.
I wanted.
Tears is
combat.
chill.
I'm kind of impressed that
There we go. That's
was
better.
not sick or scared of the water.
So, how much gold did we each get again?
They're, aren't they
16,
lemons?
and there should be 1 gold left
They're not
over.
a cat, Sam.
Yeah, we'll give that
They're
to, like.
leopard.
No, there's.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are a snow
William?
leopard. They are snow
Sure,
leopards.
let's give it to William. William can get
Yeah.
the extra gold piece. Or
They
we'll
would probably
wage it
actually
in
like the water.
What if we bet for it.
Doesn't. Angel
Cards to
really
see who
care
gets
for
it.
Yeah.
I'd say we just let Silas have it because like you literally did.
I am the
4,
money
like-
person.
no, because you did like all of its HP.
Yeah.
It's a
fair.
damage
Fine,
bonus.
fine, fine.
Sure.
I want my cut.
Yeah.
Alright then. Yay, I have 39 gold.
Hey, you're...
Well, nah. I'm taking the 60.
I had a lot of gold.
Okay, so actually the gold left over isn't 1, it's 4 gold.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Cool.
So, that's that it? Maybe?
43.
Ah.
I'll let you guys argue over where that 3 gold or where that 4 gold goes after stream, since it's not super important right now.
I'll pick a season.
However-
This is the most important part of the plot.
No.
No. However, you all have made your way home. A glorious day for all.
Not my home.
Not my home either, but I don't know where that is.
And he's preparing himself to do the old granny voice guy.
He is.
You all pull into the port of the Gold District. And you do see it there, and you do actually see that
Get out of here.
none of you would recognize it, but Silas, you actually recognize your grandfather's ship as in port. Typically speaking, your family does have its own dockside warehouse, like one of those dry docks that they usually keep their own vessels in.
Mm-hmm.
However, this one is out. However, your grandfather's ship is out. Very much so that he's intending to go on a trip somewhere soon. For the record, your grandfather does not travel around in a sailboat. Your grandfather travels around in a very elaborate brass steam-powered paddle boat.
Of course he does. Of course.
Yes.
Of
Yes.
course he does.
Yes.
Silas's face just like falls as he sees the vessel. It's like, oh no, you don't, you old bastard.
You're going nowhere!
Exactly. This is the time where finally Papa is gonna be scared of Silas, not the other way around.
As you pull up, though, sorry, as you pull up, the crew of the vessel, give you a wave. It doesn't seem that your grandfather's actually on the ship, as it seems that they're just preparing it to go out, sometime soon in the following days. And they do inform you that your grandfather is still at the family guild.
Oh, thank goodness. That's just perfect.
William looks at the rest of you and goes,
Oh,
Is there a reason why Silas is cackling like a maniac, looking like he's going to stab someone?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
because,
Okay.
That's Silas
hopefully
every
I
day.
will. For context, that old geezer of my grandfather didn't tell me the fucking truth.
Should I be scared?
Yes,
I
you
sure
should.
am.
Now, I'm going to have fun with him.
Okay.
Should we stop him before he commits felonies,
Yeah.
or?
Yes, we should.
Nah.
Eh,
This is
a
fine.
felony's a felony.
It's fine.
Hell,
I might have them.
There's always a couple
At a
felonies.
comedy feels good.
Felonies happen sometimes.
Comedy.
Yeah. Wait,
Just
no.
don't
I
yell at us.
swear, guys, usually Silas's family's is nice and good. It's a healthy family, I promise.
Usually.
Usually, this is out of
Keyword.
the ordinary. Like, there's just a disclaimer. There's just like a big disclaimer thing, or whatever. I promise.
Silas, as
This
you
is not
approach
normal.
as you approach your estate, you once again see that the black bears morning have been put out once more?
Of course they have.
You then quickly see that the banners change to yellow again as they are brought back out, and then back to black, and then back to yellow, then back to black. It seems somebody is arguing over the lever inside.
They're just switching from the black to the yellow and green. Oh, that's good. That's fun. He goes up and just knocks on the door.
He's alive! I told you he was alive! Dear Lord, woman! Now put that stupid thing back to yellow! The door flies open as your grandmother barrels out of the house towards you, Silas. Silas, my baby! You're alive!
Hello there, Gum. It's a pleasure to see you again.
It's gross. She's crying. Tears are pouring down her face. There's a little bit of snot. I was so upset. I thought you were gone forever.
Oh no, quite the opposite. In fact, well, we more or less dispatched and successfully retrieved the crystal and killed the thing that was protecting it. So everything's good and fine. Although, I learned some things while I was up there, and...
As you say that, Popeye shuffles into you, walking on his cane, readjusting his mechanical eye. Oh, you learned some things, did you? Glad to hear it, Silas. Every adventure should be a learning experience, he says, thumping his cane on the ground. Uh-oh.
I would love to talk to you, Popeye. Thank you for coming here.
Silas?
It was like, just starts walking forward, smiling. So, how about we have a little chat, shall we?
Beyond pops out of your back and just goes, Run! Run while you can! He's crazed! Oh, shit!
So, Popeye, do you remember the story that you used to tell me, about how you lost your eye?
Yes, I lost it in a poker game.
Right. You lost it in a poker game, and a brawling match, and due to a goat, and a number of other things. You didn't think I would be able to catch on, right?
Uh-oh.
Silas then flips out the piece of paper which he jotted down the notes of the Gorgon spell.
Popeye backs away, so now listen, Silas. It was a difficult time.
Their own eye to cast this black rite. Nothing short of a wish spell can bring back the eye.
Now, Silas.
Any creature they look upon and desire to will be turned to stone.
Silas, you also realize something now that's been a thing since you were a child. Your family has a very ugly statue in their courtyard, because you do have a small courtyard in the back of the estate. There's always been the statue with a fountain at its base. You've always thought the statue was ugly. It was a statue of a rather large werewolf. It was terrifying when you were little. This thing always gave you the heebie-jeebies. It just freaks you out. You swear that it almost looks like it would come to life at any moment and rip your throat out.
Oh my gosh, yes! I know what you just did.
And yes, Cedar can stay outside away from the yelling.
Okay, good. And I turned on the volume because I feel like it's gonna get loud.
Now, Silas, listen. It was a very tense situation.
Popeye, is or is it not that the statue in the courtyard is the creature that you yourself turned to stone?
Your grandmother yells out. He says, But no, you're being ridiculous. It's the only statue that was in one piece. How could you? How could you do this to me? We've been married for how long?
Of course.
Silas, you don't really pay much attention to it, but very clearly in the background of this, currently, your family's once again taking bets.
Silas,
His family really
quick
loves
thing
bets.
about Silas, and about Popeye. Silas is about 6 feet tall, and Popeye is being old and hunched over and whatnot. He's about like 3 feet shorter than him.
Closer to about a foot and a half shorter, but yeah. He was probably about your height. When he was...
He looks 3 feet shorter in this moment.
Yeah, he kind of like shrinks down and backs up. If you all hadn't already met this man and saw that he was kind of a crazy loon, you'd feel bad for him right about now. Nope. Now
He's
Silas,
crazy, so it's fine.
Silas, calm down. I didn't lie to you. I lied to you for good reason. Those spells are dangerous.
Yes, they are dangerous. And yet, I've been walking around with a very book that holds hundreds of them.
Probably not the best time, but there's really only about, like, maybe 12 of them.
Potato, potato, you get what I mean.
Well,
Why, in the ever-loving hell, would you do that?
Well, you see, Silas, you remember when I took Bjorn into my private study after you brought him back? See, we had a little chat. And he glares at Bjorn, poking over your shoulder. A chat where he was never supposed to tell you about those. Ever! And you see,
no.
there's a tube slowly lowering down, like, right behind your back, Silas.
Oh, no. He didn't tell me. So, you know that crystal you wanted us to get?
Yes, you got the crystal. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
That's not the important part right now.
Silas would be a very good villain if he was evil.
Oh, yeah. No, he would be.
Yeah.
If he was a villain, he'd be the mad scientist.
He'd be the evil main character.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like the main character.
antagonist.
but evil.
Popeye looks around, Silas, at all of you, and just goes, a little help, please. I'm an old man and I'm in danger.
Now you're on your own, old man.
I didn't ask.
You scared this abomination of a book. I think you can handle yourself.
Yeah.
You ripped out your own eye, Bam.
Popeye, I don't know what you know of the crystal we got, but many of us were granted little, shall I say, visions?
Oh, were you
Guess what
now?
I saw? Guess what I saw? In so very graphic and gruesome detail.
When I cast the spell?
Yes, when you cast the spell. So, you are going to explain to me what in the world happened?
Well, listen, Silas, it's not like how you think. It was a very tense situation, and alright, and as you are continuing on your way, bearing down on your grandfather, and he's low-key kind of terrified. Eventually, there's a solid whack on the back of your head with a wooden stick. Cyrus, that's enough. Goodness gracious.
Gam. Fine, I'll stop. But
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, boy. He did it to save me. we were adventurous back in the day. Back before any of your folks or uncles or aunts were ever born. And, well, at one point our party ran afoul of an entire pack of werewolves. Vicious beasts. Did you know that there's a werewolf? Did you know that there's a thing as a dire werewolf?
Oh.
We did it. We do now.
Dire wolf?
Yeah, imagine
Oh,
a dire version of a werewolf. Terrible time. And, well, knocked me down, knocked down our wizard, the barbarian. And, well, the only one left standing was your grandfather. And, well, Beyond gave him an opportunity to, well, save our asses, and he took it. Of course we didn't tell you about it, Silas. That's not the sort of thing that you want to ever have to talk about with your grandkids. Remember the time I ripped an eye out of my socket to save your stupid grandmother because she wandered off into the forest when we told her not to? Silas, our entire family legacy is built around helping people that have to go through things like this. The Black Rights aren't anything to be ashamed of. They're not forsaken knowledge. Hell, go to the Red District. Do you have any idea how many people you'll see wandering around without prosthetics because they use the Black Rights to save themselves and their friends? It happens.
Plenty of times.
There's a good boy. She pats you on the head. Now then, how about this crystal? Seems like you all did a fine job. You made it back in one piece. And, well, she looks out the door to, where Steve's staying to avoid the screaming. And it looks like you made a new friend along the way.
That we did. But, for further, stories, Gam, and especially you, Popeye, we fought a crystal abomination for this thing. I think whatever you have gone through, we can handle.
And that's about the worst story we got. After that happened, we pretty much almost immediately retired. The rest of our party moved on with their lives. They kept on fighting, kept on going on adventures. I'm sure Beyond could tell you about them someday if you ever wanted to ask him. But as for us, after that little event, we decided it was time to settle down, make a family. After all, we weren't getting any younger, and well, the monsters weren't getting any less bloodthirsty.
Best way to word it.
It is a very
entire
good way to word it.
interaction.
Also, I don't need to explain the nitty gritty of it, but you stupid boy pops you on the head again. If you hadn't done that, you wouldn't be here.
Good
I
point.
suppose so.
Now
I
then,
can't argue with that, Silas.
before your grandfather pisses himself, let's see this crystal.
Don't worry, Popeye, I'm not going to kill you. I swear on my name.
You were kind of saying that earlier, you were.
I mean, they both have the same name, so.
Oh yeah, no.
Alright, you all pull out the crystal for Popeye to take a look-see at.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
See, Popeye doesn't take looks. He doesn't examine things. He takes a look-see and understands.
It's a look-see, it's a little look. You can only look with one eye anyway.
He has a mechanical eye, but he covers up his actual one.
No, his actual eye is gone. Like, he has no, like,
No,
eyes.
no.
biological eyes.
Either eyes? Both eyes?
Yeah, no. The eye patch is real. He has only one robotic eye.
Oh, I thought that. I thought that he had
This
one
he
eye
reveals
missing.
his greatest secret to you, Silas, because I forgot about this too. He lifts up the eye patch, and there is an eye under it.
Oh my gosh.
He's just
No.
he's just blinded that eye is all. He's just old and
Oh.
he's just old, developed cataracts. He
I
shrugs.
just think
It
really,
happens.
I just thought it would be really funny.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It's like he just
He lifts up the eye
patch.
patch to dramatically reveal another smaller eye patch.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Beyond brand.
And as you are
Miles
sitting,
looks
as you're
like
sitting there,
wild.
getting scolded by your grandmother, the tube that had been slowly lowering over your shoulder, there's an audible as it sucks Beyond up into it. And you hear, "It wasn't my fault."
Huh?
He
Beyond was sucked up into another tube.
Why me? Let me off this ride! As he's getting like shunted through the tubes overhead.
Please don't murder him. I promise you, he had nothing to do with this.
I mean,
Fine! And he
yeah.
stomps the cane on the ground, and Beyond gets unceremoniously dumped out onto the table from another pipe. I saw my whole life
See,
flash
I
before
told
my
you.
eyes.
See,
He
I
looks
told
down.
You, Beyond.
Man, I
I'm
miss
not
having
going
feet.
to let him. You can fly.
Alright, let's see this crystal. As I bring out the crystal, Popeye's mechanical eye extends. It's like one of those like telescopic things. Oh my! It's even better than I'd imagined. Look at the refraction. It's clearer than any man-made glass I've ever seen. It's incredible. No, that's on the thing. Whoo, mama!
I've got a quick question.
Yes.
Is the light bouncing off of the crystal again?
It is now.
Okay, good. Can Angel just go and destroy the place? Just because.
Be funny.
What?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Silas's own house?
unfortunately, as you and Angel are outside, no.
Ah, damn
If
it!
you went inside, the instant forgot the name, Angel lays a claw on anything intending to destroy it, she will instantly be sucked up into a tube.
Oh, wait. Silas.
Yes?
We still have to sell that whiskey.
Oh my gosh,
Whiskey?
1,000-year-old
Yeah.
whiskey!
Whiskey?
190.
I heard whiskey! Immediately there's a
No,
thump
you didn't.
as Gam whacks Popeye with her cane. Focus, you nitwit! Crystal, shiny thing! Focus on that first! Grumbles under his breath and rubs the back of his head. I swear, they say
100 years.
women are supposed to age like wine and get nicer over the years. This one's aging like milk. Hateful old biddy.
Sorry to that.
She
Guys, this
she
is
gives
true
you
love at work.
Silas. She gives you the smuggest grin as she looks over at Papa and goes, you know I'm still the apple of your eye." Waggles her eyebrow.
Ew.
Straight people, blah.
Ew, old people love.
Ugh,
Ew, gross, people.
It's wholesome, but ew.
yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky I love you. You're lucky I'd love you. I've had one of these pipes shoot you to the moon. But yes, this crystal will do perfectly. Actually, even better than I'd imagined. Although, why do you have the whole crystal? I thought we were only supposed to get half of it.
Oh, right. So the Sovereign of Colston Sovereign Lysis, he bought the other half from Yvintiln and now, well, basically gifted it to us.
Oh!
Just in case, like, you know, as like a fail-safe, in a sense.
Awfully kind of him. Good man, that Lysis. Terrible position. Poor Saul basically had his position hoisted upon him. Nobody else wanted to be the man that was responsible when Colston finally goes tits up, so basically he's just a scapegoat. But man's tried his best. That's all I can say for him.
He's doing an awfully good job for whatever he's been given.
Ain't that the truth? Fella needs a vacation, though. Anyway, Tom, I told you what this thing's actually for, Sass. Tell me, do you know what a laser is?
Yes.
Make those zap zaps.
Kinda, sorta.
Well, actually, my friends, a laser. Silas
Oh
just
my
goes
gosh.
like rambling on about.
William
how
has been
lasers
here this
exactly
entire
work,
time,
blah,
by the
blah,
way,
blah, blah.
and William just groans and goes, nerds, shit. Okay, Silas, maybe just the cliff notes, sonny. But yes, a laser is basically
It's
super
a
focused light.
bunch of light in one point, and it goes zoop.
And it gets really heckin' hot if you do it right. Now, normally speaking, the kind of lasers that we can make with non-magical materials are limited. The most you'll be able to get out of it is something strong enough to pop a balloon. However, and he holds up the crystal, something like this, which is literally beyond the capabilities of our world, I can make a laser that'll be able to melt steel. Essentially what he's giving you, Silas, and you realize this as he starts to describe it to you, he's making a lightsaber.
Yeah!
Lightsaber, let's go!
Essentially, I'm going to make a sword capable of sslicing through metal.
Lightsaber.
That's awesome.
That just made my
Congratulations, it's a kyber crystal.
Okay, Silas gets to wield it, I don't care what you guys say.
I
No,
don't
I'm
want
cool
it.
with that.
Popeye's family, it...
Well, to be fair, Silas, I can make a couple of them, I think.
take turns. That's the better option.
We can
Yes,
all have
yes,
lightsabers!
Oh my god. yes.
Lightsaber, light axe.
Lightsabers? Like on the candy?
Actually, you know, lightsaber's a terrible name, Silas. I think I was going to call them superheated plasma sabers. Just rolls off the
No.
tongue.
Sounds dumb.
That's dumb.
I like the
No.
name.
You're
And
dumb.
also,
It's original.
lightsabers are copyrighted, so
Silas blankly stares at him and says, "You realize that it was my father, your own son, that mentored me. You know who he was.
Star Wars.
Skywalker.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
He was Luke
He was a
Skywalker.
child.
We'll workshop the name, but the important thing is, I might be able to make a couple of these. Now, of course, as part of this trade arrangement, most of these weapons are going to go to the people of Colston in order to, dig them out. However, now that we have a whole crystal, I might be able to make a couple more of them that would be capable of, say, I don't know, aiding a few would-be adventurers and giving them the ability to help the people of Colston out directly for a little bit more coin. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Maybe a catch.
Actually,
I'm in combat.
Beyond says, I think you should take that offer up. Remember, so, Popeye, we do need to have this little talk too. Silas hasn't told you this part yet, but the group has a new goal.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna awkwardly scratch my cheek.
Go on, Silas. Tell him.
Right, so...
What are you so nervous about, Silas? You can do whatever you want. The world is yours. It's not like you're doing
We're
anything
going to
crazy.
kill the Lady of Fears.
No, you say that exact at the same time that he said, it's not like you're doing anything crazy like trying to kill the Lady of Tears. You what?
And now it's Silas's turn to be terrified.
No. Hold on. You don't get to come here and threaten me for one mistake I made ages ago. And then come in here and tell me, oh, Popeye, me and my friends decided we're going to go fight the end of the world personified. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Go on. I'm listening.
It was Samoa's idea.
Take it from here.
No. You don't get to pawn this off on your friend here, Silas. Go on, tell us.
Well,
I know you
technically-
tell me.
Remember when I was
Okay, no.
talking about the visions?
Yes.
So one of our people here, beautifully named Samoa, well, the Lady of Tears, or well, what, if I understand correctly, who she was before turning into the weird monstrous kraken thing, kind of more or less tasked us with killing her to end her suffering and all of that.
Oh, yes, of course. The hallucination told you, the Lady of Tears told you to kill her. Oh, look at me.
Yes.
I'm just the almighty end of the world, and I'm suicidal, I guess. Sure, Silas.
Hallucinations
wait.
from a magic crystal that I...
How much of that whiskey have you been drinking, Sonny? That bottle's empty now,
How
ain't
did I
it?
know? How did I know about your little adventure then?
Coincidence.
Actually, also, is there any like training room where I can try out magic shit? Because
Oh yeah, we have a target
I was
range
also-
up. We have a target range up back.
okay, because I was told I get some like magical abilities or whatever from the Lady of Tears herself. So
The Lady of Tears gave you and he sees the rune around this, and he looks over at Beyond. Oh my God, it's true, isn't it? Indeed.
It took him so long.
Hold. Give me just a moment, friends. Just a moment. And he reaches for a jar on the shelf, opens it up, and there's just and you hear a scream come out of the jar as he opens it. Grabs the chest. Oh, that one's full. Hold on. Grabs another jar off the shelf, opens it. Nothing comes. Oh, good. Starts screaming into the jar. Closes it up. There we go.
Use?
Well.
Huh.
Well then.
I'm
Your
okay.
family's funny as fuck.
So, Teddy,
Yes.
if I get this straight, you're giving us lightsabers.
Kinda, sort.
Can we use them in combat?
Yes. We'll talk about. I'm not giving you like full-on actual Jedi lightsabers for one because they're very poorly
Obviously.
designed weapons, but for two, for obvious reasons. The main use of this is going to be for him to make things save Colston, but you know, he'll be able to take over the leftover materials to make something spicy for you.
I want a laser gun.
Pew pew laser gun.
Highlights a laser gun.
We'll discuss this.
Laser axe.
We'll discuss
Laser
this
axe.
part at a later date.
I don't trust Silas with a laser gun.
What? Silas is a ballistics engineer, aka
Nerd.
What happened last time? What happened last time with the cannon?
I completely shattered the carapace of the Glass Princess and did over 400 damage in like 3 turns.
You see the problem?
You weren't the one that did all the damage. You did most of it though.
You see the problem, Silas?
Yes, I do.
Okay. There
That's
is.
why we should do it.
We will do one more thing before we end today, since we have about 10 minutes left of our time. Beyond lets us and goes, okay, I believe it's time that we talk about the mechanics of exactly how you're going to kill her. Listen up, children, for it's about time that I tell you a few structural rules of the world. 1 moment.
Right, Warlord.
I don't
A
know.
whole ass campaign.
Yep.
A
Well, yeah, that's true.
campaign.
Alright, listen closely. You see, there are a few fundamental rules about this world, brought upon by the spirit of sacrifice. The way it works is the more sacrifices that are done in the world, the more black rights, the more people giving up their humanity to become monsters, the more people giving up their lives to create the miracles of the martyrs, the stronger the spirit of sacrifice is. And the Lady of Tears, as the very first victim of the spirit of sacrifice, is more or less its vessel. She isn't the spirit of sacrifice itself, but she's where its power radiates forth into the world. She is, quite literally, the source of all suffering in your world at the moment. Now, essentially, she literally is a god. Or at the very least, the absolute closest that this world has seen in a long time. Now, in order to fight her, we need to weaken the spirit of sacrifice substantially. And your little trick to Colston will be a great first step. Not only will your adventures bring you more strength and equipment and magics and what have you,
Sinister magics.
but if you undo the sacrifices made, undo the spells, the black rites, or, well, you can't undo the black rites themselves, but if you can stop more from happening, or if you can undo those that are turned into monsters, and feed their spells to me, I get stronger. If you find written down black rites, you can feed it to me and I get stronger. If you undo the miracles of a martyr, like, say, ridding Colston of its vine infestation, that sacrifice is also fed to me. And I can and once we are strong enough, and you chose to take her on the Lady of Tears, I can bestow these powers onto you. One last hurrah, one last grand spell that I can unleash upon the world to give you a piece of the strength that you have taken away from the spirit of sacrifice. In essence, I can give you the ability to turn its own power against it. But you're going to have to collect a lot.
Beyond is basically offering us to become demigods.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, essentially, yeah.
But only for a moment. It will not last. Your mortal body simply cannot withstand that amount of power, and it will leave your body very quickly. And now when I say that I need immense amounts of power to do this, I mean immense. Ridding Colston of its infestation is one. But other miracles across the world, the work of other martyrs, if undone and fed to me, will give you a much greater chance. You can take on the Lady of Tears whenever you like, whenever you feel you're ready. But here's what you really need to ask yourselves. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to succeed? Which of these miracles along the world are you... Quiet you! What miracles that have brought your world time for your kind to survive. Which of these miracles will you sacrifice to make your own self stronger so that you can beat her? You're going to have to make some very tough decisions. And importantly, if you succeed, that's not the end of it. There's one more hitch in setting her truly free, in setting the world free. Because Emperor Walsh still lives.
Oh. That's not good.
Oh no.
That's exactly bad, actually.
You know that one spot that she always hangs out in the sea. That's one small area out east. It's that she's known to attack anyone that approaches. It's directly over top of the old palace of Avarentis, where to this day, Emperor Walsh is kept as her prisoner. You kill her, he's set free. So you'll have to kill them both. After all, the two of them are the anchors that bind the spirit of sacrifice to the world. If they are gone, so is the spirit of sacrifice. All of its miracles will reverse, but the world itself will return back to its natural state. The floods will be gone. The monstrosities that were once human will revert, and they'll no longer plague the land. It'll take time, but the world will heal. So, we'll go to Calton. We'll destroy their vines. We'll get the first step in our adventure out of the way. But in the meantime, I need you all to start thinking, what miracles can the world do without? And with that, we will end the world there, or we will end the stream there, not the world, goddamn.
End the world!
Yeah.
God
Alright,
damn.
bye YouTube, bye Twitch. I hope you all have a good one today.
Bye!
We'll be back next week with more shit. Welcome to the main plot. Bye guys!
Hell yeah! Teddy's doing some.
Finally on
We gotta
board,
feed
let's
the
go.
blights before Ganon.